Hi, everybody. I just realized part of my shirt's probably green screen. Oh, just very little. This part is... It's officially hot out, so I gotta wear my Hot Goblin summer shirt. And I've been doing this all day. I did not think about how much green is on it. Allegedly last year, I think they said it was gonna be the last year they made them. But I've heard a rumor that maybe it's not. I think they might do it again. Because they did tease it a little bit. I am see-through. I am actually a ghost. This is how I'm revealing this to everyone. Enjoy that tidbit. My audio seems weird. It dropped things. We're good. Okay, I got this. Let's see, I got my carrot list. I got my days since last tutorial thing up. My little sticky note for that. That's some D&D shit. That is... Oh, that's right. I saw someone post a weird food thing, and I was like, I'm gonna add that to my extra life goals, need to try things. Right now I have pickled lemons, coffee, and orange juice. There was something relatively recent. I feel like it was Wartburg? Have you posted a weird food thing in the last, 2 weeks? I don't remember. Someone posted something somewhere, and I, feel like I wrote it down, but it's not on there. So where did I put it? It's not there. Sassy Charlie says, hi, sweetie! God, he was so cute last night. Oh my god, we were doing D&D. I wanted to say hello before he went to bed. He read to me. He doesn't know how to read yet. It was very cute. No, it wasn't hot sauce. It wasn't a thing. It was just a weird food thing. It wasn't I'm doing this as a punishment for a whatever, or... I'm checking all the random places I sometimes write things. No, I have no idea. Dang it! Maybe I bookmarked it on Twitter or something. Something definitely on Twitter. I say in the last week or two. It might have been a month ago. I don't know anymore. Life has no meaning. It's Tackbox! Hey! How you doing, sir? Okay, this? No. I think I have to give up. I think I have to give up and think about this later. I just made eye contact with that sticky note, and it's oh yes, I have to add the thing, and now I don't remember what the thing is. And bookmarks aren't in chronological order, so, that's not helpful. I don't know. Anyways, everybody's great. I have Villain. What's up? So, yeah, we're personaing. James will join us later. I tabled at a convention this weekend. It was very interesting. It was a very small convention. I think it's 1,000 attendees, maybe. And so very much a different vibe, and it's very much a come hang out kind of convention. So it was interesting. I'm glad I went. We'll talk about all the bits from it. I don't want to do too much without James, but it was good. Don't know if I would go again. If I'm going to go to that one again. But for completely different reasons than I am I don't know if I'm going to do PAX again. That said, I did technically apply for PAX. Just to kind of see. Because I've heard it can be difficult to get in. So I'm going to kind of let fate be my guide there. I wouldn't table by myself. That part still applies from PAX. But there is another artist in the space that we talked about splitting a booth. So maybe that. So we applied jointly. We'll see what happens. Finished making some homemade French onion soup. I did that once and it was so much work, and I was like, I don't think it's worth it. I was like, I'd rather just buy it. So let me rephrase that. I think it might be worth it for other people. For me and my efforts and the quality I ended up with, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this again. Went to the dentist yesterday and can't eat solids for a while. Oh, gotta love those dentist trips. I haven't been to the dentist in a very long time. Partially because of COVID stuff. Mostly because of COVID stuff. Partially because I have a lot of anxiety wrapped up in dentistry. Because of some bad experiences, so. how much is actually because of COVID and how much is me using COVID as a crutch still at this point? Who knows? We're moving on. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you. Sassy toddler insisted on sitting with me to read to eat his dinner. Perfect. I love that. Let's do the thing. We're still, let's see, Persona, we're still on a boat. I'm on a boat. Oh, I didn't do the tweet. I wrote the tweet so that I just had to hit the go button, and I didn't hit the go button. No, I want to open Instagram. No, I won't open that either. Oh God, I'm opening everything. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the button. We're gonna do that. We're on a boat. We keep randomly turning into mice. I say randomly like there is a mechanic for it. I understand why I'm turning into a mouse. But it's, anyways. We're doing that. I think we found 2 of 5 people. We're gonna do that. When James gets here, tweet failed to send. When James gets here, yeah, we'll talk about the convention and all that. Here's some teaser highlights for you. I made friends with a bunch of other dice makers, and we talked shop and then talked shit. It was great. And I made a child cry. So, failed to send. What's wrong with my fucking tweet? Why don't you want to send? It just says failed to send. Fine. Is it because I'm doing it out of my drafts? Does it literally not let you do links anymore? No, I'm looking at another tweet with a link. What is happening? Social media has collapsed. Smokey's currently sleeping on my bed, full belly up, back leg stretched up. Nice. Sounds comfy. Heckin' comfy. Alright. I'm doing it like this. So I'm not rewriting the whole thing. We're gonna do that. How is everybody else's? Whoopsies. How's everybody's whoopsies? How's everybody's week been? Anything fun and exciting other than dentistry? There, now it's up. Shenanigans. Okay, now that that's done, let me get the James screen back, get this screen back, get this screen back. Okay. Go to the game. Turn on controller. I couldn't find it. It's right in front of me. We're okay. Well, that didn't work the way it was supposed to. Don't want to connect? Yes, sure. Why not? It's like LinkedIn over here. 2-day Mayo Clinic trip. Finally home now. Yay! Being home. Yay, ice cream. The other fun thing I'm sure we'll talk about later is we played D&D last night. I ran a game. And as a result of the game, James sent me donuts this morning. This is the wildest thing. It was very funny. This feels right? Oh, I didn't update Uppy Sauce. I thought about it while I was making the drink. Let's update Uppy Sauce. Hold on. Because it's a good Uppy Sauce. I gotta do that. Is Augustine's. There we go. There we go. Got it. Now we're here. Okay. I think we finished the pool and we're just leaving now. That feels correct. So yeah, so we had run all the way back here for that. So I think now we just go down here. There's a shadow somewhere. There he is. Oh, there's one right there. Don't wanna do that. All right. Door. Jeff is traveling right now. Again, you're gonna be like, wasn't he just gone? You would be very correct.
Huh? Is there a safe room around?
Motherfucker! Really? There was one right here. This is strike against James. Not a full fucky wucky, but he was the one who's like run back.
Come on.
Ugh. Okay. So yeah, so there's this. Yeah, that's locked. But I
Not
want it marked
opening.
up.
Can we go around to the other side?
Probably, but I wanted it marked on my map, so. Oh god. God damn
Hey, look
it!
at this.
This again.
Indeed.
Fucking Mercer, stop it. Nope, nope, you don't need to repeat yourself. We got it. Okay, so we gotta be careful again. Oh wait, okay.
An idea has dawned on me.
This aroma, could it be cheese? Okay, that's a little obvious. It's cheese. No, you idiot. No, you. This is typical artist behavior, though. Oh
Hey, wait!
my god. Both of you. Wait, what? Okay, you said obvious trap, so you knew, but then, like... Was it literally a compulsion we couldn't fight? No, stop! Oh god! Even Gwen. Granted, to be fair, you want to lure me anywhere, cheese, either cheese or puppies, good way to go. If you fucking have a puppy that, like, St. Bernard style has, like, a wheel of cheese attached to them, that I'm done for, so. Ugh. It doesn't open from the inside. Yeah, that's how traps work. Hypnotizing cheese. Okay. Was that cheese even safe to eat? Oh my god, did we poison ourselves? Are we on a timer now? That'd be funny. Okay, we feel refreshed, which implies it was good to do that.
Yeah.
Have ourselves a nibble if we... Okay, so this... So is this good or bad? Well, there's a guy, so we're just gonna wait. Okay. I mean, it's certainly one way to fix our
It's
health
locked.
if we got
Maybe we can open it from behind.
messed up in a fight. Okay, I'm just gonna be here because this game is broken. Oh, okay. You stopped there. I do need to... Okay. Mousy time. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Go down the hall? Okay, great. Oh, God. We're good. We're fine. I think I'm gonna have to ambush this guy. Yeah.
Why do these pieces of trash keep coming in one after another?
Yeah,
Reveal
we'll
your
just
true form.
do that. Sure.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't lose.
Okay. So, yeah, I haven't gotten either of you. Nope.
Well,
not
if
that.
it has no weaknesses, why not try brainwashing it?
Okay, yeah, so I can't drop you then.
enemy
And we don't know anything about you.
It should be easy if you stay focused.
So we'll just nuke everybody.
Still fight.
And then we'll... electrocute!
The enemy is electrified. Melee may work, but you might get shot.
I'm just trying to get damage across the board and then, like, maybe...
Gone. Do it again, Skull.
Yeah, you're shocked. Okay.
This enemy is beneath us.
So,
It should be easy if we stay focused.
try.
That's our queen. Please don't
Cool.
resist.
Yeah. Perfect. I don't even have to do the thing.
It's no good. You can't talk to it.
What? Is it because it's got an effect on it? What the fuck is that? Sure, yeah, bye. I gave you a chance.
Fist of justice.
Perfect. Love it. Love that for me.
Okay.
That was fast. I'm getting sleepy with nothing to...
Okay, this is fine. Let's see. Things. What do I got? So yeah, so convention this weekend was interesting. It was definitely, it was smaller, but it was also just like a very different kind of crowd. Like the average age of people at this thing was easily like early 50s. These were like all old school gamers.
Show me your true
here.
form.
Which did mean that like
Watch out. That one's dangerous.
they kind of like needed a different,
Just don't let your guard down.
they kind of like needed a different like mix of products. Like these are not people who buy stickers. And these are people who think that like
Careful there.
I have my dice, like my Chess X dice roll. Why would I need other dice? So it was like it was a really weird kind of
Breathe in the
thing
last year. Just don't
to
let your
attempt
guard
to
down.
navigate like in real time. If I went back again, I would definitely like focus on like wouldn't necessarily worry about the stickers as much. Like the coasters did all right. I sold a lot of like the unfinished dice. These people love an art project, I guess. So there was that. I only had one person all weekend do the why are these so expensive. I honestly expected it to happen more. So that worked out pretty well. We're gonna do that. That actually worked out pretty well. But it was weird because like they were weirdly aggressive about it. It was on Friday. Whoa! It was on Friday, so I was like, uh-oh, this is setting things up
Evenly matched.
badly for me. Like, I'm expecting this is setting the tone for the weekend. And, okay, great. Yeah, do baton. Yeah, that got you some health back. I'm actually really glad I did that. And we'll just do a light zap to everybody. So I had someone who came and looked at this stuff and like came up to the case and went, "Oh,
Come on.
why are these so expensive?" Like that. And at this point I've got my spiel down pretty good.
All right.
So
We cleaned up.
So
Let's keep going.
talking about, it's like this is what all goes into it, and then also, like I stay, I standing behind my quality and like all that stuff, and I do my whole thing.
It's locked. Is there another way?
And then they kind of go like, okay, and they still stand there and, like look at stuff. So all right, good progress there. And then they go, I tried making dice for a while. I spent a couple months on it, and I just never could figure it out. So I had to give up. And I'm like, you understand
Now's our chance.
what goes into this? Why are you, like, other random people who don't know questioning it? I get. Like, that makes a little bit more sense. I was like, you just said you never could figure it out, and it was too hard. What? The lack of awareness was astounding. They ended up being the only person who questioned it, at least to my face, all weekend. It was an insane interaction. Okay, so
This is your chance. Hit him where it hurts.
yeah, because
Ice
you're,
attacks are out.
we have
Light
you.
on ice attacks are out.
Yeah, and you're
It
weak
might
to
not
nuke.
have a weakness.
You don't have a
We're the better
weakness.
fighters. Use fire attacks
Okay,
to
sweet.
hit its weak point.
Okay,
Persona!
so we'll just do nuke. We'll pass to me and get fire.
One down! Go, Queen, go!
and then we'll try... Yeah, I don't know what to do about
Go down.
middle person. I just have to, like, hope something
Joker
happens.
beat 2 enemies.
Yeah, just go to you. I should have healed him. Oh, yeah, we'll just keep passing and just heal him that way.
Good work, everyone.
Perfect.
Okay, let's move
Yeah, it was
on.
just like the weirdest interaction and conversation. But yeah, they were the only one all
Alright.
weekend.
I can
That was
feel
an
it.
easy win. Let's go, Joker.
Okay. So this was the door I wanted to try to do before.
Yes.
Great. Which I think puts me near... But I don't actually need the safe room. I just need Morgana. Yeah. Fully hear Ryuji. Yeah, it's like nothing has happened. Makoto's kind of low on soda pop. What do I have for soda pop items? Like, okay, so we got 50, we got 100. We have so much of this. I was like, what are, like, the dumb little things? Okay. Could do that. Yeah, and then there's just the ones for the room. Yeah, I don't understand why these HP items are in a completely separate place. Could do that. I think we're okay. We're fine. We're just gonna keep going. This is all good.
Something's here.
It was...
Focus.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll turn that off. Anything else in here? It was fun. There was, so, there were too many dice makers, which is kind of back to one of my...
I can feel
points for improvement for future events. Whoopsies.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh, hello. Sure.
it. Show me your true form.
I think I'm supposed to turn into a mouse in this room. But, like,
Advantage.
we're
Don't
okay.
rush. This enemy is beneath us.
There were too many dice makers. There were only like 30 vendors, and there were 5 dice makers. And then another 3 people selling dice that were presenting themselves as artists and crafters and whatnot. That the 5 of us could very easily look at their stuff and be like, ah, no, you bought this off of like Temu or something like that. Like, you didn't make this, and we know what to look for. So like too many people with dice out of such a small group. But okay, actually, hold on. I just got an important message from Jeff. Sorry about that. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there were too many of us. And I ended up, my table buddy, the only person next to me, because I was at the end of a row, was a handmade dice maker. But we became great friends. And it was a good time. And I don't remember what the point of this story was. I remember that being where I was going. That was the first station we were pulling into. And I don't remember what the rest of it was. I'm looking at my little list. We'll get back to it. I don't know. I got distracted. We're trying to figure out some stuff with Tucker. And we were waiting to hear from the vet. And I guess after I started streaming, the vet called Jeff. And so he was like, here's the information on stuff. So anyways, you're here. I have no idea. Yeah, so I just read your message because I got distracted. I don't know if you're supposed to report back to her at all. I'm not comfortable. While no one is home, I'm not comfortable staying at the recommended dosage. So I'm gonna do the once a day until the blood draw, and we'll go from there. God, what was I gonna talk about? Oh! No, I want to hold on to that one. I want to hold on to that one for James being here. I don't know. Anyways, event was interesting. Too many dice makers. People who pretended they were dice makers who weren't. And that was mildly problematic. And I'm just gonna have you... That did a whole lot of nothing. We'll try fire.
Easy if we stay focused. I think I can help.
Sure! Do it! If you can knock down the bitch in the middle, it'd be great.
Ooh, not bad, Noir.
Oh my god, she did it! Yeah! Talk! Okay, I gotta pay attention. This is an upbeat one. So no, I want to save the child. I want to save the I made a child cry story for when James is here. Some people are aware of the story. I'm gonna make it. Here's the teaser for you. Not only did I make a child cry, but she deserved it. She won that. I sound terrible right now. I promise the story kind of makes sense. I did not seek out a child and intentionally injure their self-esteem or anything like that. I think it is good proof that I'm not good around children. I do think that is one of the lessons from this story, but but yeah, too many dice makers, and then yeah, just a completely different crowd. I had a number of people who liked the idea of the raw dice and like having an art project, but then who were like, oh, like I actually only use D10s though, and I was like, I have a bunch of D10s. I have D10s and D6s out the wazoo. So like if you wanted a misfit set of D10s, I could do that. And they're like, oh my god, really? So like they were so excited about it. So I did so many things like that. I also had ones that were already polished and just not like in my singles, like to do like the misfit sets of like the polished but uninked ones. And I had somebody who was like, can I pay you extra? And like, I want to buy all these uninked ones. And then I'm going to go over there and play a game for an hour. When I come back, can you have inked them? Because I did have stuff with me to like work on things because I knew it was going to be smaller and have some downtime. So I had a little TV stand, little TV table, to like ink dice. And I was like, I only have like these 4 colors with me. And she's like, that's good. I'm sure you can figure it out. So I like inked them in real time for her. She paid for them. She went over there, played a game, and she came back and I gave her dice. It was wild. All right, this. Okay. Upbeat. That's so bad now I've gotten used to it. Very well. Speak up. Okay, but you're like talking like an old person.
It's better now. Don't let your guard down.
Oh, that's right. You were on fire. Okay. Okay.
Oh, cute. It's happy. Have some fun when you talk to that one.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're talking like old lady grandma is. Is this like a playful don't make fun of me or like an aggressive don't make fun of me?
Wow.
Oh, is that playful? Okay. Riding trains in the road. Some old people refuse to make use of the special seats reserved for the elderly. What do you think of that? It's fine. Like, whatever. Must be young inside. Like, that feels lighthearted.
That's fun.
Yay! Got it! It's because you're wearing like a weird bikini? Yeah. Okay. I haven't. What do you have? You're a physical beat 'em up. Maybe you? We maybe get. Oh, I don't care about you. We're gonna get rid of you.
That's a new one, isn't
I
it?
should probably register things to my computer
Okay.
at some point.
Somewhere.
Okay. Like I guess there was a statue in here. I'll pass, but what if I want the cheese? Like, I never came through here before, but there's like a bunch of mouse things in here. Did I like go a wrong way somehow and like circumvent something? Does it reactivate? I don't know. Oh, a homunculus, that's good because I have chugged through some of those.
I have something.
It looks like it's locked from the other side. Let's look for another path.
Okay, I guess.
It's locked.
Okay. But, like, I can't be a mouse. Can I turn it back on? Okay. Strategic mousing. Now, what happens if I do this? Because it's clearly a trap, but also... the game told me to take a nibble. I guess maybe that healed me? Okay. So where's... I saw a mouse thing somewhere. I remember seeing a little spot. That I, like, couldn't go into. Because I didn't have mouse abilities. This is the shortcut one. Yeah, this isn't helpful. Okay. Wait a minute. I guess I'll go back up there? I don't... I know I passed a thing where I wanted to be a mouse. Okay. There we go. Not particularly... that wasn't particularly helpful, actually. That... did not do anything for me. Okay. Okay. Where do I go? I guess we're gonna head back that way. We're gonna go back up here. Okay. Because, like, I have okay, so this is mouse hallway. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to a mouse right here. That's fine, but that's not helpful right now. What the fuck? Okay. Because, yeah, this is where I can turn stuff off. But I don't... yeah, there's a little spot right there. Where does that... but I can't be a mouse in here. Like, the thing's active, but I can't be a mouse. So, like, that has to connect to something, somewhere. So, do I have to... okay, wait. If I, like, do this... no, I can't open that door. No, I can't open it from this side. Okay, there's nothing down... there's nothing down here. And I was like, is there, like, a thing... like, I turn it off, and I can get into something else? Like, this duct goes somewhere. And I feel like it's, like, that room right there. But I'm blocked off from all of it. We're gonna go back to this hallway. We're gonna go back. Wait, we're here. Was there a vent? Was there a little mouse vent somewhere in this one that I missed? Yeah, kill this guy so we can just walk around freely.
Surprise attack successful.
I believe I have...
this is your chance. Hit him where it hurts.
I believe I have these guys.
Queen scored 2 opponents. She's amazing.
Sure. Someone's decoding stuff.
On to the next persona. Tuck them, Melody. Florida, keep it coming, Noir. Stand still.
Okay. Yeah, just don't do a murder.
Beat him up. To the ground.
Okay.
All right, level up.
I don't think I've got anything else interesting until James gets here, so I want to talk about the convention stories when he's here.
Okay.
I handled that easily.
Obviously want to talk about D&D. Okay, yes. Okay, so there is no, but I went through that one. That one doesn't get me anywhere. What is happening? Like something is wrong. I'm missing something. Where's Liz when you need her? Jesus. Okay. I swear I saw announcement somewhere. I might have to go to Google. Yeah, because now we're just like right back around to this. This is looped for a reason. And I'm convinced there's just a vent I haven't made eye contact with. Yeah, because the fact that there is an exit in here, like, there's supposed to be a different way I get in here. Okay, well, yeah, because there's no... Yeah, those are locked. I don't know. Okay. To fucking Google. Persona 5. Cruise ship. Who's the third person? TV station. I hate that Google results now have the AI overview at the top, because one, they've all been unhelpful, and two, like I don't, like, the stuff is just wrong. I don't want to see this stuff. And I would love to turn that off. I would love for it to go away. And yet... okay. So let's see. Okay, that's the restaurant. Okay. Pool deck. Upward starboard hallway. Okay. Should I go through the ducts on the south wall to unlock doors as you proceed? Okay. God, I wish there was like a map that showed you things. Okay, first left to the north. Yeah, wait, I did that. Make your way east. Go through the ducts on the south wall. Yep, did that. Okay, great. Go south, yeah, after ending up on the eastern path. We did that. Head south and up the stairs. And all the way to the west end of the house to unlock the door. Yes, head down the hall you just passed into the next room. Okay, I did that. The lantern you can interact with to turn off the Shido statues on and off. Only do so if you want to. Then head down the hall to the room to the west will be a chest to the north. We did that. Might be a good idea to do this to take out the shadow along the way. Either leave the lantern on or turn it back on, then head to the room to the west. Turn to a mouse, you can now crawl through the duct. Okay, so there's a duct in that room. Oh, in this room. It's this room. Yeah. But like, No, it is this room. Leave the lantern on, turn it back on, then head to the room to the west. But I can't. Because the room to the west is locked. Unless this is the room to the west. Okay.
It looks like it's locked from the other side.
Yeah.
Let's look for another path.
I'm trying. Okay. Wait, head to the room. Wait, no, head to the room to the west. That was east. This is west. Okay, so there's allegedly a thing in here and I just didn't see it. Southeast corner of the room. No, there's nothing. I feel insane. I feel insane. Turn the lantern back on and head to the room to the west. That room right there was the lantern room. It is on right now. I headed to the room to the west, which is where I am right now. Turn into a mouse so you can now crawl through the duct in the southeast corner of the room. That's this corner, right? That's this corner. This is southeast, right? I don't see anything. What's happening? I am losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. This is me genuine. If anyone in the stream right now knows what I should be doing, I will 100% fully and truly take any help right now. Something like I found a guide and what it's saying doesn't work. On the other side of the room. That doesn't change what ways left and right. Yeah, I ended up on the IGN wiki. And I followed it to this point, and it was like, yeah, turn the lantern back on, head to the room to the west. You'll turn into a mouse, so you can now crawl through the duct in the southeast corner of the room, and there's not. No, so that's the thing is, see all those lock symbols? I can't open the doors from this side. I have to get to the other side. So I can't go through any of those doors as the big doors is not a mouse, which is why I'm supposed to use the vents. But the only vent I can see is this one, but this isn't a mouse room. I can't be a mouse in here. So I don't know what the fuck is happening. What about the non-locked door? Do you mean the one that goes to the dead end where there was a treasure chest in the room all the way over here? That room that's kind of gray? We already went in there. Everyone watched me go in and and get a chest, and there's nothing else there. All good. Yeah, the problem is getting through the locked doors, and like I need to be able to mouse it. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna go in the save room and I'm gonna save. Like, I wonder if something is glitched and I'm supposed to be... I'm wondering if I'm supposed to be a mouse in the lantern room and something's just broken. So...
Alright.
Sometimes the save in a full area reload can fix it for you. Okay. Good night, sweetie. I love you. Yeah, no, I'm not mousing again. is infuriating. It's south. Oh, is the thing wrong? It said southeast, but here's the thing. I ran all around this whole room. Like, there's nothing here either. This is... Oh my god, what? Okay, so the thing was wrong and it's impossibly tiny. Fucking hell. It was so dark. Like, they usually have, like, the blue pulse over them. Now I'm more mad. Okay, well, solved that. Thank you, attack. Okay, so do this. Alright, we're good now. Infuriating.
Show me your true form.
Please, thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh, like even if it is wrong, I'm gonna look around the whole room. And it's still... Oh,
I don't know, it's evenly matched here.
okay.
Just don't let your guard down.
So, I want to try Ice, Wind, Bless, and Curse.
Just don't let your guard
Ice, Wind,
down.
okay, so that also applies. Yeah, just like punch them. Oh, okay, great. I want to say Ice, Wind, Bless, and Curse. Let's medium bless everybody. Okay, good. That did a whole lot of nothing. Oh my god.
Die already!
Uh-oh. It's only really a problem for one of them. They didn't even use it. Oh, hello. Oh, Gwen's pissed! Perfect! That didn't do a lot of damage to him, but it's probably because he has no brain cells for it to actually affect. Okay, so Curse, Ice, and Wind.
You can do it. This fight is ours.
Okay.
That makes 2. Don't lose.
Well, sure. I guess we'll do that. What? Why didn't I get to go? We skipped me.
And really scary. Please calm down.
So, can you... You're one foe.
Rama Tengu! Ravage them!
Alright.
Nice, Joker. All right.
So we
you can
still
do
don't
it.
know...
This fight is ours.
We missed, so I don't know about you. So I guess we'll try Ice. Oh, I can't change at this point. We're not gonna try Ice.
Rush it.
Let's move it to you, and I'm gonna have you use an Ice item, just so we know. Sure.
There we go. So cold.
That's rude. That's just rude.
Ice isn't effective on this enemy.
Great.
Watch out.
So it's just Wind and Curse we don't know for you. Just like big yikes. Just like big yikes.
Ready, Joker.
Sure.
One enemy defeated. Go
There we
get
go.
the wheel.
Alright.
It looks so peppy, doesn't it?
Okay.
Don't get too serious or you'll kill the mood.
Okay. Peppy. We got this. Ew. Ew. This does not feel peppy. Okay. Okay. Sure, yeah, you have a point. Do I just, like, tell you you're great? No! Fuck! Ew, you gave me a dirty lion's mane.
Who's
I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. I feel like it's gotten harder. Like, I used to be so good at the negotiations.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Oh, and I could have crawled through the duct at this point to hit the thing, but didn't need to. I ran all the way back instead. Fluffy, how are you doing? No, you're not Fluffy, you're just Fluff. Sorry. Fluff, how are you doing? Breeding betrayed me. Yeah.
Show me your true form.
Like, I know this is gonna be a long haul kind of place, but I do kind of also want to grind for some XP. Oh, there's a lot of you guys.
Ice attacks are out. They're weak, but don't let your guard down. Persona!
I think this one explodes.
That's it.
Ah! I mean, pass to me.
Use no identity.
There's playthrough. I mean, I have a lot of opinions that are not favorable about this game, but we're getting closer to the end. It's a steady march. It'll be fine. You? Heavy is overrated. I don't need a heavy. Just medium.
You're mine.
This is the whole thing. I played this against my will.
No time to wait.
Uh,
So much damage.
And you'll see, yeah, here in a little bit, a friend of mine is going to join me on Discord. He is my coach and my guide, and also my sanity
I
tether.
felt the difference in strength.
And we just kind of shoot shit while we do this, and then when I have mechanical, like, how do I not make this fight take forever questions, he
This door is locked.
answers that
Can't
stuff
be
for
helped.
me so I don't quit the game in a fit of rage.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of! Hi!
Hello.
How are you? That's not the right button.
I'm doing well. How are you, Jen? How are you, chat?
Well, I did almost already quit the stream today. Because I knew I needed to go down a mouse vent, but couldn't find a fucking vent. And Liz isn't here. So after running around for forever, I actually opened up a guide that told me where it was, and it turns out the guide was wrong. So
That track.
that took some fucking time, but we made it.
But you persevered.
We made it. So, anyways, yeah, and I've been holding on to all my fun, good conversations to make sure you didn't like miss anything. So,
Well, I appreciate it.
oh, I hear a chest.
I'll reveal
Kill
your
this
true
man.
form.
Well, other than that, how are you doing today?
Well, I had donuts this morning,
Nice.
which was pretty great.
Less attacks.
Wow.
Try something else.
Someone must be fond. Someone must be fond of you.
Yeah, or was like reverse bribing me. I guess I already did the nice thing, so thanking me for being a benevolent DM.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not just for one thing, but multiple instances of you being a wonderful DM and the culmination of a thank you in a half dozen donuts.
They're very delicious. I've had 2 of them already.
Yay!
I specifically saved a 3rd one for tomorrow, and then Jeff actually comes home tomorrow night, so I want to make sure he has pick of at least one of them. So.
Excellent.
So yeah, how was your day?
You know what? All things considered, not too bad.
It has no
I
physical weakness.
got a
Don't
new
use
microphone today.
Ooh!
Like you can go for a
We're gonna do an experiment to see if it was the microphone's issue that's causing me to like all bleep blorp out. So we'll see.
Be a nice little experiment.
Yeah. The fun thing is that with my laptop's own like recording app, I wanted to have the Just the Middle Daughters try it out, and it was able to pick them up loud and clear.
Ooh!
So maybe we'll actually be able to hear their voices at some point.
That would be wild. Can you imagine if it's just been the microphone this whole time?
You know, part of me will be upset, and the other part of me will be, well, you know what? I'm glad it was a simple fix.
Yeah, exactly. I've been feeling that about my ailing body recently, so
There you go.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit that
wait.
button. Whoops.
Oh, wait, all you need was a new microphone for your ailing body?
Exactly,
Is that
yes.
That's the moral of the story?
No, just the whole, like, man, it'd suck if it's such a simple fix that could have been fixed at any point. But also, it's nice that it's a simple fix.
That was easy.
Yeah. Well, I think the old microphone served me well. I bought that thing when we started doing Stardew streams.
Oh, wow.
And I bought it for $9. So, how many years for $9?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is weird that I guess if it's the same one you've been using the whole time, why it used to be able to pick them up and then couldn't.
So, I'm willing to bet, and I'm actually going to probably do an experiment this weekend on it. I'm going to do an autopsy on the microphone.
Do I have to go
So now
turn
that I
the
know this
fucking
microphone
statues
works,
back on?
I'm wondering if the other microphone, because it has one of those flexible stems.
Oh,
from
I
the
wonder if it
base.
just got loose.
Exactly. I wonder if like some of the wiring either frayed or it just got loose. Foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Jeez.
Okay,
Louise.
you're good.
Okay.
I don't know if I needed to run around this whole way, but yeah, I think I can turn the statues back on.
Chat, how are you doing tonight? I hope the weather is cooperating wherever you are, because we just had severe thunderstorms blow through.
No!
Yeah, we're fine. At least until tomorrow morning.
It was a toasty one outside today, but I avoided that by not going outside, so...
It sounds like good donut weather.
It was great donut weather. Where is it? I know... There it is. It's so dark! It's fine.
They want you to work for it.
Truly.
Focus.
Okay, we can open this. This
High
is...
attack box.
This is so unnecessary. Anyways, I gave people a couple teasers on conversations and stories I was gonna tell. On the one that has come up a couple times of you need to explain this. We're gonna jump straight to the end of the weekend, because people want to know how I made a child cry.
Somewhere.
It appears the story.
Oh my.
So there's gotta be something in here. Is there another duct? Do I have to... Did I open a thing I needed to open and now I gotta, like, get my ass back to the button? James, do I have to go all the way back to where the button is?
Maybe.
Motherfuck! This is so unnecessary! This isn't even, like, clever! It's not like there's a clever puzzle happening. It's just go back and forth. It's like a really sad fetch quest.
It is a very sad fetch quest. I think, just to play devil's advocate, I think this palace in particular becomes a, and I know you're gonna hate hearing this, but it becomes a challenge on repeat playthroughs of how quickly you can blitz through this. So kind of like you do your first run of the game, and then the second run is the speed run to see how quickly you can get through everything, how quickly you can.
No, the game shouldn't be designed for, okay, now that you had to do it the hard way, see how fast you can do it the hard way when you put another 100 hours into it. No, that sucks.
I didn't say you were gonna like it.
This is like, this game is actually poorly designed. The entire design basis for how it does so many of these mechanics is like intentionally frustrating to the point of like that you're supposed to get the value out of the game on playing it again, having like the insider knowledge of that it's going to suck, and like the things that you had to like figure out by bashing your head into a wall. It's like, oh, well, I already know that. Still gonna have to bash my head into a wall a little bit, but now I can do it with slightly better stats this time, so it'll go faster while also still being awful. Case in point, Okumura. Just fucking that. This is so bad and so stupid. Anyways, everything's great. I already have one of you, so I can just murder you.
Well, so your story is about how you made a child and James cry simultaneously.
So this was the convention I was at was but it is broken! Fluff, it is broken! That's the problem! It's so We're good. We're fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a drink.
They weren't a big deal at all.
We're okay now. So this convention was like a hang out and play games style convention. And a lot of you know, because I've talked about it on here, that I really enjoy Blood on the Clock Tower, which if you don't know what that is, if you're newer here or whatnot, it is a social deduction and deception style game. Very similar to Werewolf, Secret Hitler, Town of Salem, all of those kind of things. Hidden role kind of game. And
What do you want to do, Joker?
I
Show
have
your true
only
form.
ever played it online, via Discord and stuff like that, and only ever done it like with voice and everything.
I've got
That was really rare.
Oh, hello.
Persona.
Well, we're just kind of like nuke everybody all at once.
Down. Go
So I've only ever played it online, and they were
First
running
skill might do it.
in-person games
You
of
managed an
it
instant kill here.
over the course of the weekend, and so I actually like got to join some of them, and so I got to play the game in person. I got to actually play for the first time in forever. I've been running games for a while, so I have not actually been a player in a long time. So it was really nice to be able to do that, and so I played a couple over the course of the weekend. And on the final day, I went to go play, and is that really the only curse damage I have? Alright, sure. Overkill, but I'll take it. I went to go play, and like, the convention had like wrapped up a lot, and
Pass the baton.
we're gonna
Now.
go to you.
Up to you.
So there were fewer people left, so what ended up happening is this last game I ended up playing was a couple of the adults, but then a lot of their children. So we're playing a lying game with a bunch of like 8 to 10-year-olds. And I'm already like, I don't super want to do this, but I do want to play again. And this is, if I walk away now, it's very obvious, and feels a little bad. So I was like, I'll stick around and I'll do it. And this was a very interesting game because I kind of like ended up learning some new mechanics, or at least new to
Okay.
me. Like I knew they existed, but I had never experienced them. So, there are two types of roles that I've never played with before. There's one called Travelers, and that's a character type for like if someone is like going to be late, or you know they're gonna have to leave early, and you've got enough people to like keep a game going without them. The Traveler is designed to be a role that like can just show up in the middle or can leave early, and it doesn't ruin anything because like you don't have to worry about like information disappearing and things like that like you do with like normal character roles. The other one is I don't remember what the designation. I think they're called like mythic characters or something. They're essentially like storyteller roles. So like the person running the game, it's kind of a role or rule set you can put in place at the storyteller's discretion at any point in time to like fix an issue with the game, and whether that's a balance issue. There's literally a role called Hell's Librarian, where if you invoke that, anytime someone talks over the storyteller, something bad will happen to that character.
That's awesome.
And it can be anything from like, cool, they're effectively poisoned for the next day, they die, like it's up to storyteller discretion on things. So I ended up learning about two of like those storyteller roles. And simultaneously also learning like, what do you do if you as a storyteller like mess up? So we start the one game, we get through one day cycle.
That was
We
just weird. I
we
don't know what
wake
to
up
do.
to do
Need to nuclear move.
like
Let's end
to
this
do our
quickly.
public discussions, and the guy running the game looks at one of the
Let's end
other
this quickly.
people in the group who is another storyteller. They've been running games over the course of the weekend. Looks at that storyteller and is like, I need a fiddler. And she's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, can you be fiddler while I fix the grimoire? And she goes, sure. So she stands up and is like, hey, everybody, like, so we're invoking the fiddler. The fiddler is one of the storyteller roles. There has been a critical storyteller error. So what's going to happen is everyone's going to go to sleep. And then the storyteller is going to wake up the demon. and the demon is going to pick one of the currently alive players who is not on their team. So specifically one of the good players. And then we're all going to wake up, and everyone's going to be dead except for the demon and the person they picked. And then you guys are going to have 3 minutes to discuss what you think happened. And that includes, like, what you think the error was, and try to figure out, with all the information everyone has, essentially who you want to win. One of the two people alive is the demon, one of the two people alive is good. Which team should win? So after you have all this discussion, then 3, 2, 1, you all vote for which person you want to win, and if they happen to be the demon, evil wins, and if they happen to be the good person, good team wins.
And you're doing this, and this is happening with 8 to 10-year-olds?
This is happening with 8 to 10-year-olds.
I had a little bit of trouble tracking that.
I'm also saying it quickly. There was a lot of pointing involved.
Gotcha.
Which I can't do. It was a lot of pointing around the circle. And, like, I know there were a bunch of kids, but, like, there were 2 of the kids had never played it before. The rest are all children of storytellers. So, like, they've actually been around the game a lot and probably have seen the fiddler be invoked.
Okay.
Huh?
So, we,
Disappointing.
so they're like, cool, everyone's gonna go to sleep. They wake up the demon, they pick somebody, they get us back into the day phase. They're like, cool, these are the only 2 people left alive, figure out what happened. And what ended up happening was, the storyteller has, like, a box that they have, like, all of our character tokens laid out in a circle in, so they know who is who. And they essentially invoked a power incorrectly. And someone died who was not supposed to be able to die. So, like, if you fuck up information, you can pull someone to the side and be like, hey, actually, I told you this, I should have told you this instead. You can do that. But if you, like, someone's dead who's not supposed to be, that's harder to fix.
Yeah.
So we end up figuring out what, like, I've nailed up, like, this is what the problem was, ended up being incorrect about who we thought the evil person was versus the good person. But I was like, here's what I think happened because of the timing of us invoking the fiddler. So we do that, which means, like, the game ended up being really short. So we, like, re-racked to actually do another one. So now we do that. Sure, I'll fight you.
Your true form.
So we re-rack, do a new one. And we end up it's a much larger game. We now have, like, 12 people because we, like, added people between the 2. And so
Her skill might do it.
to help negate this, to help make sure this doesn't happen again, the storyteller actually, like, gets help. And so there's, like, 2 storytellers to kind of, like, help keep track of what is all going on. Because there's 12 people now. There's 12 people. There's 5 adults and 7 children. Okay?
Okay.
And so what they end up saying is that Carl, thank you for the resub! Thank you so much. 51 months. 49 in a row. They end up saying that because it's a large game and we have 2 brand new players that are also younger, they're gonna invoke angel protection. And what that means is that, like, you can still kill, nominate, whatever, those people, but, like, if they end up dying in the game, whoever the storytellers believe is most responsible for their death, they will suffer some kind of negative consequence.
Okay.
So, like, I understand it's supposed to be like a, hey, don't, like, immediately, like hammer on the new person, especially because, like, they might have fucked up because they're new and not because of, like, actually, like, lying. They might have, like, misunderstood something or whatever. So I understand it's supposed to be that kind of mechanic. I do think, like, what ends up happening is you go, cool, well, I don't want something bad to happen to me, so I'm never gonna, like, put anything on them. Which turns into a different kind of problem. So we're doing this big game. And my power has a very specific function for people who have played the game before. I was the virgin. Which means that if a good person nominates me, the first time that happens, they die. So they pointed at a virgin and they keel over from a heart attack. It's a good way to, like, test if someone is good. How do I want to do this? You're just gonna punch. So there was someone we were kind of suspicious of, so we had them nominate me, and they didn't die. And we're like, okay, that means either I'm drunk, I'm poisoned, you're drunk or you're evil. So, like, that's bad. And one of the two kids who was new, while we're trying to figure that out, like, nominates the guy that is that we tried this test on, but, like, does it in a way where, like, it's going to be impossible for us to actually vote for him, and once you nominate somebody for a day, you can't do it again. And so we're, like, trying to figure out, like, shit, like, how are we gonna do this? And someone asked her what she was, and she claimed a role that I was like, I know that cannot be true. So I nominated her. Because I was like, she's clearly evil, and I'm gonna play the game. So, like, and she had already, like, nominated someone else, so, like, she was already into nomination stuff. It's not like she was being quiet, like, she was partaking in the rest of this game so far. So I'm like, okay, this feels like fair game to at least nominate and have the conversation. So I nominate her, and they're like, cool, why have you nominated her? I was like, she's claimed the saint. We already have our two outsiders. And we know there can't be, like we knew there couldn't be a Baron, so that would change the outsider count. We're like, she cannot be the saint. And it's like, okay, cool. And they went to her, and it's like, you know, what's your defense? And, like, her eyes just well up. And she's just kind of looking around. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And she was like, no, but, like, I really am the saint. So no one votes for it because she's crying. They end up voting for me right afterwards and executing me. And I'm like, that's fine. I have a once per game power, and it's been used. So it turns out she was the demon the whole time. And so, like, we get to the end, and she's, like, cackling about it. And I'm like, did you cry on purpose so people wouldn't vote for you? Or were you actually just that stressed about it because I did figure you out immediately? I don't know. But I was just like, she cried, and so everyone's, like, looking at me like I'm a monster. But then she was the bad guy.
I mean, you are a monster for different reasons, but just not that reason.
It was a thing. So anyways, that's how I made a child cry. And I was like, yeah, I'm never playing with children again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
I mean, like, would you be up to playing Chutes and Ladders with my children? Like, is Chutes and Ladders okay?
Here's the thing: do you expect me to pull punches while I do it?
How do you pull punches in Chutes and Ladders?
I don't know. I haven't played in a really long time. I don't remember. I don't remember what rules there are. I think I've only. My most recent experience with Chutes and Ladders was watching a video where somebody, like, they were intentionally making up different rules for it. So now I'm like, which of these were your made-up ones? Which ones ended up being bad? I'll essentially charge myself. That's fine.
Nice, Joker.
Everybody died.
I mean, I would say, after your little tirade on the design of Persona 5, I would say Blood on the Clock Tower is a poorly designed game. Mostly, not because the mechanics of the game are poor, it's that there's a human element to it, which inherently makes it a flawed game.
Wow. I have to ask, did you hurt your back with that stretch? Or...
Yeah. I'm old. Yes, I absolutely did hurt my back with that stretch.
Right? Okay, so this is light gun to all foes 3 times. I feel like this is a better replacement for that.
I would agree.
Not like I think I've used it, but...
Huh? Done already?
Yeah. Well, at the very least, Jen, I'm glad that the child crying wasn't because of you. It's just because a child is being manipulative like children are. Like, as you were telling that story, I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, you're just gonna, like, dunk on this 8-year-old so hard.
No! I was just like, you're clearly lying. Yeah, later in the game, when it was too late to do anything about it, somebody went back to her and was like, hey, like, are you really the saint? And she went, no, but I am a good guy. And it's like, no, you're not! You don't say you're the saint! That's like the one you don't lie about, because that one has major ramifications.
Yeah.
Anyways. It was, oh, you're like full tactical gear. So tactical and so late. Points if you have that reference. I know James does not, but that's okay.
I do not. I do not. But I'm just laughing because I'm following social cues.
Speaking of stretches, though, Fluff has redeemed rupees for us to have an actual stretch, so...
Okay, here we go. Having a metaphorical and a literal stretch right now.
But yeah, in-person Clock Tower was a lot of fun. I was afraid it was going to go poorly because I don't have a good poker face. Like, playing it in only voice channels does me a big favor. I had a lot of fun doing it in person. Granted, I did also never pull an evil roll, so I did not have to lie at any point. So I guess we'll see what happens if I ever play it in person again and I do have to lie. But it was a good time. It was fun to, like, meet new people and also kind of, like, learn some new strategies and some new twists on things. Like, the games that I've been running on it, we've been pretty much sticking with the original script for a number of reasons. And it's like, at some point, it's like, I want to do something more, but also, like, because of the way things keep happening, like, going on to the next script is, like, that feels like too big of a jump for some things. And I learned about, like, a very common variation on the original script that I think will be fun that I want to start using. And also kind of learn new ways that different characters can interact with each other that I guess, like, rules as written I could have figured out were a thing, but, like, it had not occurred to me, so it was good for that. It was good to play with different people to kind of, like, see some of the other strategies. I am convinced that one of the people who was, quote, the most experienced does just play it incorrectly. I told Attack the whole big story. I was like, am I crazy for thinking this was a very bad idea? And he's because, like, it was kind of wild, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did that. So that was really cool.
Well, I'm glad you had that experience. I'm glad that you thought of new ways to use rules as written, and I am happy for you and everyone else who's going to play. I am still 100% not going to play because it is literally it is something that just it drives me crazy, and I just do not like games like that. But I gave it a good old college try 3 times.
You
and
did.
After 3 times, I still did not like it one bit. Like, maybe I would do better in a real setting because I could read body language more and, like, peer into people's souls and examine them and just crush them with my extroversion. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, there's that little chunk of hallway that I never got into. Does that connect somewhere else? Like, should I go back to this or should I move on?
Move on.
Okay, cool. Running away. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Ha-ha! Perfect.
You're running too fast. They cannot see you. Ha ha ha.
Sanic. All right.
Oh.
You were like real upset about that. Okay, well there's a guy I can talk to, so that feels like I should. I'm just gonna kinda feel like they're gonna be a harder fight. Currently on special alert. Okay, well, hide again. Thank you.
Well, this past weekend, just the youngest daughter graduated from pre-K, and my parents were in town for that. And the nice thing about my parents being down for a whole weekend is not only do I get to see them, they also want to spend a lot of time with their grandchildren, which means Jamf and I got to have a few date nights this weekend, which I was very happy about. But one of the things that we did was we went to a new sushi place near our house, and this place was popping like a little too loud for me. Maybe I'm just getting old, like the big the big
oh yeah
music during sushi. It's not my thing. Neither is Jamps, but the sushi was very good. And there were 2 things about being at this sushi place that reminded both of us of you.
Uh-oh.
The first thing was that
I'm uncomfortable to be around at dinner. Just because the music.
Three things that remind. No, the waiter came out and even before like asking us like what we want to drink or bringing menus, they brought out 2 glasses of water.
Oh.
And
I know where this is going.
Both of them had just a single cucumber gently floating on the top, and he put them down. Jamf and I both looked at our glasses, looked at each other, back at our glasses, back at each other, and just started laughing without any words being shared. And we both like, I was like, I need to take a picture of this. and send it to Jen.
I love that so much.
I like how you've become the cucumber person, and for as much as you hate it, you know.
Just like I'm the Persona streamer. Like it's
You are, yeah.
Oh.
That was pointless.
I mean, one of those is self-inflicted. The other is just something you just don't have a taste.
This is not self-inflicted.
You could say no at any time.
At this point, there's been too many. It's the sunk cost thing. Like I have to. Otherwise, there was no reason to have ever done it. I did like Carl's comment about how he would expect you would be good at Clock Tower. Because, like, we know you would be good at lying because you constantly said Jen would enjoy Persona 4 and 5.
I never said she would enjoy 5. Okay. I had a suspicion that the mystery part of Persona 4 might interest her, and then with coaching we could actually get through it. And I was horribly wrong. And it's important to recognize when you're wrong and learn from your mistakes and move on to Persona 5.
Oh, that's not what I wanted! You were supposed to go to the next chair. Okay.
Oh, you'll be fine.
What are you...
But the other thing at Sushi was that one of the servers looked exactly like Laura Bailey.
Incredible.
And it was one of those weird things where, like, I'm trying not to stare, and I'm like, oh, like this is really weird because I like Laura Bailey's one of those people where, like, you either know her or you don't. Like, there's no in between. Like,
yeah.
It's not even going to be a familiar name if you're not in those circles. So, like, I'm trying to not constantly, like, examine this person from afar. Like, that kind of looks like Laura Bailey. Isn't that kind of uncanny? Like, well, Laura Bailey is from Mississippi, and Nashville's not far from Mississippi. Maybe it's a cousin. Maybe it's a sibling.
I got a liquid
like,
mercury. Oh, I think I only need one more, unless I missed another one popping up. Oh. Okay. Okay. I think I can almost make my Infinipick.
I have something.
nice.
I feel like I need more.
Ooh,
If
gross.
that's the-
Oh, safe room.
Ah, nice. We can use this as a safe room.
Oh my god, you're... Yes, we can, Ryuji. Very good.
Someone has the brain cell right now.
What color is the pillow? It's the same color as your jacket. You can do it. Okay, anyways.
This is when we learn Ryuji's colorblind.
I'm gonna save.
I'll just
And then I have a question for James / the chat.
Okay.
Because this came up. So the interesting thing about playing Clock Tower in person is, like, the night phase, you're also sitting in a circle, and so to help mask the sound of the storyteller moving around and potentially, like, waking up people or whatever, like, you do all keep talking, but not about the game. You just, like, talk about things, and sometimes it's just, like, everyone agrees that, like, oh, we're just, like, making, like, nonsense, like, noises or whatever. But we actually were, like, having full-blown, like, conversations, which, let me tell you, is hard to maintain if you're in the middle of saying one of these things, and then you get woken up and are supposed to be making choices. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. But that definitely happened to me twice, and I was like, I keep it cool, while also thinking about something different. And don't say the name of the person you're pointing at. But one of the things that came up is someone went, okay, what's everyone's philosophy on the 3-second rule? And they're like, but not, and then the person next to them goes, no, you have to ask the full question. They're like, okay, what's everyone's philosophy on the 3-second rule for grapes, specifically? The immediate, like, divide in the circle was wild, because there's people who are like, it's a grape, like, it's fine, it's whatever, and then there's the rest of us who are like, grapes are inherently almost, like, grapes are never dry. Grapes are never dry, so you're dropping a wet food on the floor. No, you don't
True.
get the 3-second rule that one.
I'm in the latter camp.
The correct camp, yes.
Yes, that in general, the wetter the food, the less the 3-second rule applies to it.
Yes.
Like, if it is a dry cracker or, like, a Skittle that has a very hard candy shell, that's 3-second rule is fine.
Yeah.
If you drop jelly or
Yeah.
buttered toast and it lands butter side down, or grapes, or any type of fruit for that matter, unless it's a watermelon and it has not been cut yet, you throw it away.
Exactly. Alright, do I wanna... We have so much coffee. Let's get Makoto
All
some
the coffee.
soda pop back. I'll get me some soda pop. That's probably fine
Pathos,
right now.
Pathos, to answer your question, I have not seen Samurai Gourmet yet, but I will add it to my exceedingly long list of media I have not watched yet because I do not have time to watch it, but I do appreciate it. I will check it out. Because I trust your judgment, Pathos.
Great. Okay, there's a bunch of people having chats. Let me punch this thing next to you. I got a marble cheese board.
Oh, that fit in there. That's impressive.
These people are floating really oddly.
No, he's just T-posing in the...
That's what it looks like. Okay, hello, person.
I like Attack Box's philosophy. Food on the floor is an offering to the house fairies, and it's not for eating anymore.
I like that.
I actually really like that. And you know what? I actually might start using that with my children.
Oh,
as
go.
why we need to throw things away once it goes on the floor.
I like that.
It's for the house. It is for the house fairies.
It's for the house fairies. The house fairy. Oh, the house fairies do have to pick it out of the garbage because we are gonna throw it away. But
that is the offering plate for them. That's why we put all of our scraps that they didn't finish of their dinner that they insisted that I make because they love it and then they hardly eat it. It's just
you're not salty at all.
No.
That was an all photos. Whoops. That's okay. Big damage.
You're going for the special effects on this one.
Fuck.
Persona! Shall we?
You know, I know we went from the Persona 5 mechanic tirade to Blood on the Clock Tower, but this is you know, this is recorded. We will always be able to go back and listen to this. Jen, I think your critique of Persona 5 mechanics, especially for palaces, is a fair critique now that I have mostly beaten Persona 3 Reload.
Oh, interesting.
So, going from Persona 4, which is my favorite of the Persona series, to Persona 5, the initial, like, having, like, these custom-built palaces seemed like such an upgrade over random, procedurally generated castles from Persona 4. It's like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Like, I love this. Persona 3 Reload is, you know, like, they get back to, since it was the first of the updated series, or like the traditions that we've normally seen in a Persona game, they didn't try to do a lot, but what they did try to do, they made very mechanically tight because there aren't a lot of frills. It's very direct to the point. Like, you have your social links that might be less than a minute to get through a level because, like, that's all they needed to tell the story. There's no castles or palaces. There's just, it's just Mementos is like Mementos version for Persona 3. And now that I've nearly beaten the game, it's like, man, this was just all mechanically tight, and like as I'm watching you go back through Persona 5, I'm like, oh, I can see it. I can see the mechanical. I could see the flaws now of like Icarus trying to fly a little too close to the sun with everything they wanted to do, and I'm like, I see it now. So this is the few times I will agree with critiques on certain Persona games that yeah, I think mechanically 5 tried to do a little too much and tried to get a little too cute with everything.
I appreciate you acknowledging that. I know.
Yeah.
I know. In general, it's hard to admit when you're wrong, but also if after I've been yelling it for 100 and whatever hours, being like, well, if I tell her now, it's just gonna be bad. So I'm not gonna harp on it. I appreciate the acknowledgement that I've been right the whole time.
Yes, you have been right the whole time, as usual.
Oh God.
Except when you would gaslight me in Blood on the Clock Tower, where I like 100% got everything right in the second game I played, and everyone was against me. Like, I had everyone pegged correctly, and you're like, nah, that's not right.
Hey, I mean, you know what? Shit happens. I know.
I know.
My favorite one was when you're like, oh, I'm the investigator, and I got this information on night 1, and I got this one on night 2, and I was like, I nominate James. That's not how that one works.
Yep. That was my first game.
Yep.
That was my first experience. I'm like, all right.
Hey.
I was the little 8-year-old you dunked on.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Oh.
What's happening on the screen? Okay.
Come on,
Are
man.
we fight? What's going on? What are you doing? Oh, hello. Oh, you're a large gentleman. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna hit you.
You still got the first strike.
Sure. Oh.
Persona! No
You
holds
guys are
barred.
interesting. Uh-oh. Don't like that.
Listen,
Yo, I like that less.
Ooh.
do one of those real
You got
intense
boo-fooed.
attacks.
Okay, that one's fine.
Persona.
This is a-okay.
How's this?
So I think
Fine.
one of the... Ay, this
Are
is
we just
about...
gonna let Joker die?
I am gonna let you do that, but then we... No, it's the wrong button! Fucking fuck!
I feel like you need to put like a little post-it note over that button that says "Do not push ever."
It's
God
time.
damn it. I should heal myself. I'm gonna heal myself, and then I'm gonna switch to a different fucking persona. Yeah, we'll just do that to me. Oh, except I can't change my persona because that counts as my turn. This is fine. Whatever.
The opponent is strong.
I don't
do
know anything about you
reckless.
guys.
Persona.
I guess just do that again, just so that we lose damage. So anyways, the people that were my table buddies,
Uh-huh.
they were, their name was Mad Dragon. And they
Okay.
did, it was a husband and wife couple. Husband does woodworking and does, some of the nice, like, rolling trays. We actually traded. They wanted one of my Chonk D20s, and I wanted they had a Purple Heart rolling tray. So I have a Purple Heart rolling tray now.
Perfect.
I'm very excited about it. So yeah, so they do these nice, like, fancy rolling trays. And then wife does, handmade dice. And so we became friends over the course of the weekend. And I told everybody earlier, but there were too many dice makers at this event. But all of the dice makers, we all got together on Saturday night. And we were, as I phrased it earlier, we were talking shop, then talking shit. And one of the conversations we ended up having was Mad Dragon, the husband, I believe his name was Aaron, was talking about how when they, like, started doing this and they picked the name Mad Dragon, he was talking to his brother. He's like, yeah, we're gonna be like Mad Dragon. And his brother goes, you mean like the dildo company? And Aaron goes, what? So anyways, this is where some of you are like, I know exactly where this is going, and the rest of you I'm about to ruin. There is a, what I will call, quote, fantasy dildo company called Bad Dragon.
Uh-huh.
Where I think I've given you enough information, you can kind of imagine what their deal is. So that's Bad Dragon. So then we started making jokes about, like, oh, like Mad Dragon, real close. And I was like, that's okay. When I first was doing Long Dog Dice, I had someone go, Long Dong Dice? So now we're like, now the two of us are cracking up together, being like, this brings a whole new meaning to, like, the phrase dice porn. But people are like, oh, like, look at this, you know, you've got food porn, you've got dice porn. I was like, no, we're all one letter off from that.
The one letter off club.
We had a fantastic time making all those jokes. And so then it was funnier that we were next to each other. So yeah, so we had a lot of fun with those jokes. The other kind of fun bit from it. So we all got together on Saturday night. So there were 5 dice makers that were actually there, and then there was a 6th one who was going to be there. And then saw there were a bunch, and she does a bunch of events throughout the year. So like missing one small one wasn't going to make a big difference to her, so she pulled out of it. But still attended for the day. And wanted to like meet everybody. So I put together like, hey, like we should all like grab dinner and drinks. So there's between 6 dice makers, there's like 10 of us at this table. And it was really cool. It was really fun to like meet all these people because one, we all had the same kind of grievances about the convention. But it was fun to like, this was truly a group of people who, like, I've said that the dice making kind of like community of people is all like really good about like not gatekeeping stuff. And we were all talking about like, here's the resin I use, here's my polishing method. Like, I saw you had a really cool dice with this effect. Will you tell me how you did it? We'd be like, absolutely. Like, let me draw you some pictures or show you the tutorials that I learned how to do it. And we were just like sharing all of this information, and it was very cool. Like, I made a comment about how this was only my second like in-person event, and I need to start doing more in-person ones because with the collapse of social media, I need to like get out in front of new audiences somehow. And one of the people was like, "Oh, I'll send you the list of conventions that I have because someone sent it to me a while ago. Like, I'll give you that so you can see if there's anything that like you want to try to go to." There's a local game store near-ish me. That I guess quarterly does a market. I didn't realize I did it quarterly. I thought it was only once a year. And it's where I met like one of these other dice makers. I'd met them before. I introduced them to the convention I was just at. Like, I met them at this market. I was like, oh my god, like, yeah, this is so cool to like know there's somebody else this local. I'm going to this convention in a month. If you guys like have the capacity, like, you should come too. So I'd already kind of like met them before. And like we're chatting and they're like, oh, are you gonna be at the next quarterly market for this game store? And I was like, I didn't realize it was quarterly. And also, like, that's your turf. I don't want to, like, encroach on it because it is such a small thing. And they're like, no, come hang out with us. Like, we make different kinds of stuff. It'll be fun. So, like, I love that we're all so, like, non-competitive with each other because we recognize everybody's got their own style, their own, like, we're all at different, like, price points and color types and, like, polishing types and, like, even shape types. So, like, we've all kind of got, like, a different thing happening. And so they're like, yeah, no, just, like, we can all, like, be friends and be chill with it. And that was very fun. It was also very fun to start talking about... This is going to sound terrible. To start talking about some other dice makers that weren't there, that we've had experiences with. And to find out that the only dice maker that I've met that I had a negative interaction with found out not just a me thing. Huh. I told a story from PAX... of meeting a particular dice maker, but I left the name out. I was like, yeah, I met someone else who's kind of known in the space, and I described what happened, and 2 of them at the table go, oh, was it this person? Like, knew immediately, without me saying anything. So I was like, perfect. Okay, so I feel better now.
Yeah, so it's not just you dunking on an 8-year-old.
Exactly. To be fair, at this point in the conversation, at this point in the weekend, I had not made an 8-year-old cry yet, so... Okay. No one knew that at this point. But yeah, so then that entered the talking shit portion of the evening. Yeah, and it was great. So yeah, we all like hung out for like 2.5 hours, just like, and then we started talking about like the games we play in and like talking about campaign specifics and also like a lot of us DM. So now we're talking about like DM philosophies. It was a super cool evening, and like there were too many dice makers there, but I'm glad I got to meet all of those people. And like we're all like, yeah, I hope I like see you at another event later this year and stuff like that. And I feel like everyone genuinely meant that when they said it. Cool. To answer Pathos's time to make some particularly shaped dice. There are 2 makers I know of off the top of my head who don't make them shaped like that, but have some specialty. One of them uses shaped glitter and does a glitter bomb with those. And then the other one has they have to be for like bachelorette party, like confetti almost, but they are 3D, tiny little rubber 3D ones, and puts those in their dice too. So that market's already covered.
Huh, weird. This D6 is just 1. It's 1 on every side. Weird.
Someone made a joke at one point because like some people will do like the pipped D6s, but will make the pipped shapes, and someone was like, you should do those as shapes on the pips. And I was like, the 6 side just starts getting real busy. I should have phrased that better, but you know what I mean. Yep. We're gonna move on.
Good for them. Good for them.
Carl, the two different dick dice makers that I know of are Smoking Glue Guns. They do the 3D ones, and then there's somebody else that I don't know if they do an online store or not, or if they're just if they're just at shows. I know they're on Instagram and might sell things through their DMs. I'm not positive. I believe their handle is 2 Crazy Casters. And they do the glitter ones. So there you go. And both of those shop owners are very lovely people. I met Smoking Glue Guns at PAX, and she was not the one the bad story was about. She was lovely. That's run by a woman named Whitney, and she was so lovely. She was just there attending. And after she found me, spent the weekend bringing all of her friends over to my booth. And I was like, that is so sweet of you. Oh my God. So yeah, she was great. And just genuinely super nice. So yeah. She also makes giant D20s. And when I say giant, I mean like I make my big ones. They're nothing compared to, like, she has some that are softball size. She has one mold that is literally basketball size. Like, you don't roll that. You kill someone with that.
That's like a decoration you put on a side table.
Exactly.
I can feel it.
And then you put a lamp on top of it. Or
Exactly.
it's part of the lamp. You just put a lampshade on it and it's art.
Yeah. She sells the big ones, like they come on like a little like light up spinny base kind of thing. Which feels appropriate.
I can feel it.
I just had a great idea.
Uh-oh.
If you have a dice that big, would a dice roller just be like one of those kid slides that you can get at Target for like $10? All right, down it goes. Whee!
Yeah, I like the idea of, just like you have to chuck it out your second story window onto a ramp.
Someone is down there to read the number for you.
Yeah.
It's a 17! What? It's a 17! But speaking of bachelorette parties, the other date night that Jamf and I had while my parents were in town, we went to a wine bar in downtown Nashville. And downtown Nashville is already notorious for bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
So much so that one of the most popular Halloween costumes for elementary school kids are woo girls, which you can probably figure out what a woo girl is for Nashville students. But anyway, so we're at this wine bar. This wine bar is very cool. They have 64 different types of wine that you could do flights. You get a bottle, or you get one glass, you get two. The choices are near infinite. Really good charcuterie. Both Jamf and I love doing that, and I have a penchant for picking, like balancing charcuterie, getting like the good meats that match the cheeses that match the wine that we're interested in. It's just like a weird thing that skill that I have, but I am good at picking charcuterie and wine. It's just a thing. Girl dinner.
Yeah.
But
It seems.
that was interesting.
Speedrun strats. Maybe I negated the thing.
There you go. See, you usually have to wait for the second playthrough to figure that out, Jen. But anyway, so Jamf and I both get our flights, and I have a question for you, Jen, and for chat.
Oh my God! I despawned him.
A treasure
He's
chest.
fully
There must be
gone.
something good inside.
That's a good speedrun stat.
That is.
Oh.
Fuck you, game. All right. Anyways, continue. Question for me.
So, question for you and for chat.
Okay.
I am not going to tell you how many glasses were in our flight collectively.
Okay.
But it's an over-under. Were there more bachelorette parties at the restaurant at the same time as us? Or did we have more glasses of wine on our table?
Oh, bachelorette party. Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll wait for chat to catch up. So Jen is taking the over. She thinks there are more bachelorette parties at this one wine bar than we had wine glasses at the table with our flights.
And here's the thing: is I'm gonna let chat catch up for a little bit, and then I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna further dive into why that was such an easy choice for me.
Okay.
While we wait for chat to catch up, I'm gonna catch up on chat. Metric, yes, the big old honker of a D20 that is, as I think Attack said, just a piece of furniture at that point. I believe is $1,200, but she makes them because people buy them. People buy that thing. It's really impressive when she makes a giant one and she'll do it as a liquid core. That is a swirly motherfucker. It's very pretty.
It's a magic 8-ball at that point.
Truly. Yeah, so it was great. Also, Carl, thank you for pimping me out to people. Yeah, I did just get to reopen the shop with most of the stuff that I had made for the convention up in there. There's 2 things that are currently missing, but I was like, this is close enough. So that means my commissions and pre-orders and stuff are all reopened now too, which is wonderful. Okay, so it sounds like, oh yeah, a significant amount of resin, like 100%. I think, like, I want to ask her at some point, like, how much goes into this? Like, how much resin? Like, volume, what is this? So the reason I easily went over on your question, James, and maybe you knew my brain was going to work with this, and maybe you double bluffed, I don't know. But this wouldn't be an interesting conversation if it was under.
It's true.
So I don't think you would have brought it up if it was like, actually, we did have more wine than there were bachelorette parties. Unless you're about to tell me you got fucking wasted, which is, I guess, possible.
Jamf and I were drunk. Yeah, no, so...
I love the way you said it. That was so good.
I'm really putting this new mic through its paces. I'm glad it came through.
I despawned this guy too. I'm a fucking genius. This is great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm very excited. Oh, well, he just came back, but
no, please. You know, I will gladly shut up for like minutes on end if it means you're getting some sort of enjoyment from this game.
I've broken the broken game, so yes, I will get satisfaction out of that. It's like when you get to beat up. It's like when you get to beat up your bully.
Oh, isn't that the dream? Isn't that the dream? I was just talking about in D&D last night how a kid who sat next to me in first grade, who was my elementary school bully, stabbed me with a number 2 pencil, and I still have the graphite in my leg to this day. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so Jamf and I collectively, we had 8 glasses on our table. So we had a flight of 4 wines each, and they were each 2.5. They were each 2.5 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah. So there were 8 glasses at the table. There were 10 bachelorette parties at this wine bar at one time.
Nice.
And like the way we were positioned, it was perfect for people watching because this place, this wine bar is on the top floor of a place in Nashville that's called 5th and Broadway, and it's kind of like a it's kind of like a open air cafeteria, but the like established restaurants in Nashville have a pop-up shop in this place. So like some of our favorite burger places and pizza places and Thai restaurants and Indian restaurants all have space in this complex, which is awesome. So that like if we go, we love going there before like a comedy show because Jamf has particular foods that she likes, and I have particular foods that I like, and we both can go to different places and then regroup at a table with, like, I can have a burger and she could be having this, like, awesome salad with a sandwich or something like that, which is really cool. But on the top floor is this wine bar, so not only do we get to look, like, literally look down on the plebs, like, bouncing around all of the different food places, we get to see you know, like everyone walking up the stairs into the wine bar, and there were a sea of bachelorette parties in like the cafe area, but 10 of them came up the stairs, all in their.
Sitting over there, one of them?
I will wait. You finish your story.
Yeah, like it's just like all of their garb. I mean, there were dicks everywhere, and then they were also wearing them because you know the joke. People were following them because you know bachelorette parties attract the worst type of people.
Yeah, they do.
And yeah, so like we're just sitting here enjoying our flights of wine, great food, and we're like, oh, just the people watching is so great there. It's magnificent. I like next time you and Jeff are there, I part of me wants to take you there for the people watching, but it is just such a sea of humanity and an enclosed space. I'm like, I don't know if that's a great Gen place to be. So we'll talk about it.
It's not great. But here's the thing. Is I'm still masking everywhere that I go. But I have to also acknowledge, like, when I went to the band weekend a couple weeks ago, you can't wear a mask while you're playing a flute. So, like, that was a weekend where, like, I was, like, real nervous, but I was like, I'm gonna have to be maskless for hours on end next to people while we're all heavily breathing out. And I'd kind of resigned myself to the fact that I'm like, I'm gonna do this because this is, like, in my mind, the calculus was, like, I'm not unmasking for just a random mundane thing. This is probably, like, literally, like, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because, like, we were all convinced he was doing this because he was getting ready to retire. So I'm like, this is a one-time thing. So it's like, I'm willing to, like, the calculus says, like, this is worth that risk. And I'll be damned I didn't get sick afterwards.
That's awesome.
So I was like, it was very exciting. That's not a gamble I want to do constantly, but I think the landscape has changed enough where if there's, like, every once in a while, if I want to go for a slightly bigger risk, I at least have some data that says, hey, you did, like, a really risky thing and it ended up being okay, so, like, we can start maybe we can change what the baseline for the math is.
Yeah, and I mean, like obviously, Jamf and I masked while we were in the cafe area, and once we made it up to our table, because, you know, that's a more, like, open, ventilated area than the sea of humanity that was down in the cafe. So, but yeah, I mean, it is an awesome place. We might so we will entertain that option if we get you both back to Nashville.
Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna go back to the voice acted bit, and then I'm gonna catch up on things on chat because I see Farron. We got to talk about Lego stuff. Because Jeff has been having an adventure lately, and we're gonna go over that because I also got an update about it today. And then I want to answer Flash's question about, like, how can you tell when someone is pretending to be a dice artist? Because I do actually want to talk about that, because that was some of the talking shit part of the dice makers on Saturday evening.
Ooh. Tea.
So yes, much tea. So yeah. Oh, yeah, and then the Diceception die, which is a bunch of, like, the failed dice all going into one jumbo chonky dice. So you end up with, like, this fucking wild array that Whitney does. Which I think is a fun way to repurpose dice that didn't make it in such a way that, like they're still usable. Like, they still can be used, but are not finishable. And people have asked me if I have thought about doing that, and the answer is no. Because that means I would have to print a master and then mold that, and I don't want to do all of that work. And D&D time has arrived. So yes, we're going to talk about spotting people who are pretending to be dice artists. We're going to talk about Lego, and then we get to have D&D time.
He's the president of a TV station, isn't he? He gives letters of introduction to executives of companies who are willing to sponsor his programs. That's a difficult condition to meet.
Want to just beat it out of him?
I mean, kinda.
Let me handle this.
Yes, finally. Yeah, please use your position with your name.
For real?
Do it.
But...
Shut up.
I'll allow it. You've got this, Noir. Yes, Senpai.
A letter of introduction. But you're so obviously a child.
I hate him so much already, and the conversation has just started.
A child, but I carry a big axe.
Yeah.
Well beyond my years.
Just look like you're about to cry, and then he'll have to give it to you.
I'm Haru Okumura, daughter of the president of Okumura Foods. I believe we sponsored you as well.
I like how we're just tossing out our real names all over the place in here.
Oh, you're her. It's true that I'm quite indebted to President Okumura. He funded us extremely well, after all. However, it looks like he got a little carried away. My condolences. Regarding his exploiting management, Mr. Shido asked me to defend him as much as I could. I even threw some extra security his way, but there were limits to what I could do. The damage almost reached up to Mr. Shido himself.
Ooh.
President Okumura had to be cut off.
Cut off?
It seems he didn't just cast him off his ship, but also used him to trap the Phantom Thieves. Bravo, Mr. Shido. Truly a nasty maneuver.
I want her to snap and take her axe to this guy's neck and hold it right there till he gives her the letter.
I mean, why stop there?
Right.
Just follow through and take it.
Won't you please give me a letter of recommendation? Once our company recovers, I will arrange for us to cooperate with you in a sponsorship role.
You're the daughter of the late president. Do you really have the authority to do that?
Yeah, apparently I do. Like, I have, like, the controlling shares and shit. That's why people keep trying to get them from me.
Your employees probably resent you. Well, that's not important. I'm in your father's debt, after all. I can repay some kindness to his daughter.
After, like, thoroughly just rubbing it in my face. Okay, love that.
Thank you. Very much.
Push him! Push him off the stool!
But your father truly was a fool.
Give him a paper cut across his neck with it. Just reach out with the letter and kill him with that.
He could have lived a life of luxury if only he'd done what he was told. You know, I'm the one who broadcast the moment of his mental shutdown.
Oh, she is gonna lose it. The music just started. Do it. Do it, Haru. I have your back. Let's go.
Our ratings shot up because of that.
Evil laughter.
How could you talk about my father's death like that?
Like, he sucks, but also, like, chill out.
That's just business. If you like, we can get you in a documentary. Overcoming death to rebuild a family company.
Yeah, let's change this guy's heart to dead. I like that.
You're so cute, you might just get good ratings.
Oh my god, kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
I will not forgive you for that! You had better apologize to my father!
Okay, well, your father's dead. It should have just stopped and apologized or something.
Time to
We're gonna
save her!
We're gonna call this documentary "How a Corporate Child Becomes Axe Murderer."
Yeah. God. Potato, potato, right?
Are
Yeah.
you thieves?
Oh, God! Okay, this is a little bit more than I was anticipating, but it's fine. We're okay. Oh, you're different versions of the things. Okay, this is fine. We're just gonna start classic with a everybody new.
Start with the Gwen Salvo of Nuke.
Okay, the reverse rub is an interesting name for an ability, and I don't like that just happened. Okay. Well, I am gonna hope that Pokemon rules fly. Haha, they do! Okay.
Money!
Alright, we don't know
Pokemon taught me everything I need to know about life.
Okay, so let's see. I said I was gonna go back to Lego, identifying dice. I feel like there was a third thing, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, and then it was D&D time. Okay. So we'll talk about identifying dice, because that one's the easy one. So with the fact that so for anybody who came in late, there were 3 vendors at the convention who were very much presenting themselves as being like artists and crafters, that had dice, and the rest of us dice makers could tell immediately they were not. That these were things that had been purchased from a factory, had likely come off of like Temu or an equivalent to things like that. So the immediate things we can look for are, 1, a lot of the knockoffs do use molds of already established other dice. So like Dispel Dice has a very specific style. And so any dice that are coming not from Dispel that have that same font and shape ratio, we're like, cool, that's a Chinese company that molded Dispel Dice to start making their own things. Anything that didn't come from Dispel that has that shape and that font, we know is a knockoff. The second thing is that for handmade dice, even if you have really good finishing, there are certain tells that we know to look for. There are certain places for you to look on a die. Most people do cat mold style dice. Almost any dice maker can look at any other handmade dice and be like, this, I know which face is your cap face. I know what number is your upside when you're pouring them. And I can't like super describe that to other people. I notice it most in the corners around that face and the depth of the number on that face, compared to the depth of the number on every other side. If things are even all the way across, and there's usually also like a little bit of a dimple on one bit when you're like, cool, that's where like part of the mold came in. Any die that doesn't have that, you're like, okay, cool, that did not come out of a handmaker's thing. There's also a weird phenomenon of like when a handmade dice person like shines a die, like there's different degrees of shine that different people can get depending on their like method for it. But you can never really, for the most part, you can't see like individual scratch marks on a lot of the mass-produced stuff. It will be shiny, but you can still see lines from the sanding process. They're shiny lines, but they're lines. And those are like the top things that we're looking for when we're like, oh, like, you made this? No, you didn't, because like these things are either missing or present, depending on which of those aspects it is. So yeah, there's also like a font that like a lot of the Temu stuff uses that like no other normal dice maker uses. So that's a big thing. The other big tip off for two of these vendors was that they also didn't just have dice or like quote unquote resin like handmade dice, is they were like, I also have some metal dice that like, oh, like I made these over here, but I did like, you know, I go from a supplier to get these metal ones. It's like, okay, interesting. And that someone else was also like selling other like essentially like travel versions of like classic games that are like on like a roll up almost like leather or suede or something kind of scroll thing, and they would like have those and also dice and whatever. And it's like, you're not like, if, and it's the other thing too is like when you start asking them questions like, oh, did you make these? It's like, cool, like which resin do you use? Or like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, what polishing compound? You're like, just because, like, again, we were all just, like, openly sharing this information to kind of be like, oh, like, I like your work. Like, what do you use for this? Like, do you use alcohol inks or do you use resin dyes? And not to be, like, as gotchas, but, like, as genuine curiosity questions to each other. And if you ask these people that, they will just say, oh, yeah, to whatever it is you say. So if you start saying two things that are contradictory and they're agreeing with all of it, you're like, ah, yes. You also.
You're the demon.
Yes, you are the demon. So yeah, it's kind of a combination of things. So
I like to imagine, like this is very specific for you, Jinx. I know you love mystery games. I feel like you walk into this situation like Columbo, just like very innocent questions.
Oh yeah.
Like, tell me more. Well, you know what? I've taken too much of your time. I'll be going. Just one last question.
And it's not like the people that like had the stuff there, it's not like any of us were like out to be like, aha, like you're not real, but it was like, oh, like I am like checking out everybody who's got other dice here, and I'm just asking you the same questions I've asked everybody. But it is getting kind of weird that you don't actually have answers, and now I'm actually looking at them, and now I'm starting to notice these things along with your lack of answers. So it wasn't just like I already suspect you, so I'm going to go in looking for the information that I want to, like, trap you. But it was just like, oh, I'm trying to make small talk, and you can't make the small talk. Which is always interesting. Who am I trying to fucking knock down? Okay, it's you.
I think by interesting you mean fraud.
I mean,
yeah.
that too. Okay, that didn't do a lot. Well, okay, you guys are weak to electric, so I am gonna. You guys have healing abilities, so I do just kind of want to murder you, I think. Okay, I have a medium electric to all. I have a heavy electric to 1. I think that's gonna be all I have. Okay. We're gonna go for heavy to 1. Because if I can kill 1. Okay, yeah, this is gonna take a while, actually. Okay. Oh no, it's this one. So. So that's the answer to that question. You're the Elwoods of tabletop dice making. Oh, I love that. That's
Can we put
great.
that on? Can we put that on a coaster?
God, I would love to.
Awaiting orders.
I'm catching up on the chat now. I was like, you see, my wife is a bit of a dice goblin. It's the funniest thing, but I could swear she has the exact same die. Also good. Yeah. It was very funny. There was somebody who came up to me at one point over the weekend and was like, oh my gosh, I bought one of your cheese dice last year. And I went, that's very impressive because I don't make cheese dice and I was not here last year. But I hope you are enjoying whoever that dice and whoever they came from anyways. And then they like looked embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm trying to make light of it. I was like, it's not a big deal. I was like, there's multiple dice makers here. We all kind of do different things. I've never made cheese dice. I do think they're very cool, though. I've seen plenty of people who do them. So, like, I do genuinely hope you are enjoying those dice. But they just did not come from me, so do not give the compliments on them to me. I do not deserve them.
Well, not. I mean, to be fair, you don't even like compliments when they are warranted and deserved and for you.
Also that. Very fair. Flash saying, do you think people turn a profit on these knockoffs? Oh yeah, absolutely, because they can buy a set off of Temu for $2. So like, if they sell it for even what is considered like a cheap handmade dice price of like $40, they're still turning a ridiculous profit on it. That's why they do it. So yeah, there is certainly incentive for it. And all we can do is hope that people like either figure, hope that people figure it out. So, okay, what am I doing?
Ready for orders. Persona.
So, Lego, we're gonna talk about Lego. So, first of all, Farron, when you make this,
Behold.
when you make this Hyrule Castle, and I think I saw somewhere you were saying which version you were making, but I missed it. Uh-oh, okay, that's actually fine.
Yeah. You did get rid of the other one, which is huge.
Yeah. No, not this. We'll do this on every because I want to say this. You're low enough. This will kill you anyways. Nope. Shit.
I like how you said every single letter in the word "shit." You really enunciated every single one. It was beautiful.
Okay, we haven't tried. God, what do I?
Hey, JP.
Hi, JP. Yeah. So Farron, when you finish this, I'm definitely gonna see pictures of it. I think you said you're doing the Ocarina of Time version of it. So we've been going through an interesting thing with Lego for Jeff. So we've had an extra rider on our home insurance to cover the Lego room. And anybody who's been here and fuck off. Anybody who's been here and seen it, or has seen pictures of it, understands why. There is an extensive collection in there. He has been working on this collection for probably a decade now. There's a lot in there, and there's also a number of high value things. And so we've had a rider on our insurance. But at some point it came time to kind of like update some of our stuff, and we realized that the rider we had wasn't actually going to cover what Jeff has documented as being like the value of that room. So it's like we need to talk about having a different, like we need to probably have like some kind of different setup on our home insurance, or like do we need like a completely separate policy just for that room? So he's been talking to insurance about like what we need to do for that. And we initially like got information from our insurance agent who was like, we can do it. Here's the cost of it. And Jeff at first was like, big yikes, I don't want to do it. And I went, no, like, I understand that you're like, you don't want to spend that money. But on the other hand, I want you to look at what that cost is versus the cost of the room and how many years it would take of spending that on the insurance to like equal the value of the room. I was like, we will die of old age before we get to that point. It's worth doing the insurance just in case. Like, you're gonna be so upset if something did happen. So like, just do it. So he says he's going to do it. They ask for a bunch of documentation. He gives them the documentation. They're like, cool, we're going to send this off to an underwriter to, like, make the actual policy for this room.
She's been shocked, and she can't move.
And so he does this, and the underwriter comes back and says, no, we won't write a policy for this.
Ready, Joker.
Jeff's like, okay, why? And their thing is like, in order to ensure this, we will need a receipt for every item that's in there. And anything that's over X dollars in value, any individual thing, will need its own separate rider within this policy, and so each individual item will require separate paperwork.
Oh my god.
And you've seen the size of the collection. There's literally 7,000 minifigures. Never mind the rest of the room. And so, like, Jeff is, like, talking to the insurance agent who's essentially like the go-between between Jeff and this underwriter, who's like, this is unrealistic, and also, like, we didn't have to do any of this for the rider that's already been on our home insurance. Why does it change for this? So they apparently actually got on a phone call the other day to, like he actually got to talk directly to the underwriter. And the underwriter's like, I'm going to be, like, completely honest with you. It's like, he's like, I have to treat this as you're just insuring items within your home because, like, you're saying these things are worth that much, but, like, they are pieces of plastic. I have no proof that they actually are worth that. And Jeff's like, Jeff keeps an extensive, like, he's got a ridiculous spreadsheet that also automatically updates based on, like, anybody who's ever worked with, used, like, trading cards or anything is familiar with Beckett's. Beckett's is, like, the, like...
Beckett's.
Yeah, is, like, the card, like, grading system and valuation system. There is a Lego version of Beckett's that's actually, like Lego itself owns it. So, like, the company that originally made the thing, like, also, like, is responsible for keeping this registry and, like, maintaining it and stuff. So it's not just, like, a guy made a list. It's like this, there is literally, like, a Beckett's of Lego. And that's what we've been using for our insurance rider so far. And so he's like, here's like my justification and all of that. Here's why what you're asking for is unreasonable. And the guy is just like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know that this is legit. And Jeff's like, the Lego logo is, like, on here, and, like, there's a contact at Lego for it, and blah, blah, blah. And so finally Jeff is like, okay, like, let me ask you this question. Like, you're saying it's just pieces of plastic. Do you do insurance riders for, like, baseball cards? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, okay, those are just pieces of paper. Explain to me why your pieces of paper are different than my pieces of plastic. And this guy is silent for a solid 10 seconds. And then goes, I understand. I also understand. I don't think I'm the correct underwriter for this. Let me talk to other people in the department and see if there's somebody more appropriate. So a few hours go by, and Jeff gets a phone call from a number he does not know. And it's this woman that he described as having, oh, it's very funny, this came up, a very Elle Woods kind of voice and, like, demeanor. And she was like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I understand you have an absolutely baller Lego collection that I need to write you a policy for, so let's talk about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so ended up talking to this woman who, like, she's actually written policies for a couple other Lego collections. So, like, she understands, she knows, and she's like, I know this website you're talking about. She's like, so I'm familiar with that. Okay. This button. That one. She's like, I know this site, I understand it. She goes, but also you already have way more documentation than any of the other ones I've ever done, in addition to having this site. So, like, you're good. You're golden. We got this. So, like, we're gonna have the insurance policy we wanted. And so I appreciate the original guy, eventually recognizing what was going on and recognizing he was not the right person for the job instead of just continuing to say no. But it was also wild that, like, for so long he was like, yo, it's just pieces of plastic. It's like, okay, you just said you do you do baseball cards. Like, I need you to explain to me why that's different. Like, this is a collectible collector's item kind of situation. I need you to, like, get with it. So, we did eventually figure it out, but...
The thing I love most about this story is that I'm envisioning the insurance company on the back end, like all of the team of underwriters, and how, like, at least within my team, so I have 10 analysts that report to me, and they all have different skills, experience, and I'll let Haru finish talking.
Okay, I was like, you can finish talking and then we can get into it.
No,
okay.
let's get through this.
Okay, cool.
I assume as part of the media, you have knowledge about quite a few important topics. We will not take your life as long as you share the knowledge that you've kept from the public.
Remember that Kaneshiro guy? The one from the Mafia who ended up on the news a while back?
God, that was like a year ago.
Well, the money he was gathering all went to Shido-san.
Shido and Kaneshiro were connected?
Of course they were. I don't know if Shido and the volleyball coach were connected, but I feel like pretty much everybody else has been. Who was the second person? Oh, it was the artist. Never mind.
Madarame.
Yeah,
the artist.
I got there.
Indeed. As well as that old
Oh
man
shit, there he is.
Madarame.
Yeah, I don't think the volleyball coach, though. I can see Madarame. That makes sense.
His counterfeit business, along with Kaneshiro's Mafia, aided Shido-san quite a lot financially.
Shido also sponsored a women's volleyball team, and...
I understand now.
Hey, you were forcing the news to be about Akechi and Shido all the time, right? I'm sick of him. Wait, this guy's not a real person. Telling him ain't gonna do shit for us.
Come on, we have to take down Shido himself.
I would never have imagined that their leader would commit suicide. Akechi-kun, did you anticipate this curious turn of events?
I'm pre-mad about whatever he's about to say.
Oh, certainly not to this extent.
Hey, you be
But
nice
it
to
is
Robbie
important
Damon.
to
He's a
note that
national
he was
treasure.
the mastermind behind the recent commotion. Getting captured must have wounded his pride irreparably. Such things happen often to insurgent leaders.
That first sentence feels foreshadowy. I feel like when we get to the end of this palace, we're gonna have to deal with Robbie, and he's gonna be so fucking flabbergasted that he's gonna, like, I wonder if he's gonna off himself. Maybe, like, in some, quote, noble way to try to, like, save face a little bit. But, like, this feels foreshadowy. He's like, oh yeah, getting caught must have been so terrible. Like, you are gonna get caught, and I genuinely don't know that you can recover from that. Because I feel like you've, like, your entire identity is wrapped up in this bullshit.
According to the police, the whereabouts of the other members are still currently unknown.
Ah, yes, the trustworthy police.
Considering they no longer require testimony from the leader, the investigation will be hard to...
I don't know if it's that they no longer require testimony, it's that they can't. I would like to point out that difference in phrasing.
May I butt in for a second?
He said, but...
Of course.
The Phantom Thieves may have laid low since then, but they must not be excused.
I don't think anybody said that, but okay.
I don't care if they come after me. For the victims of their evil deeds and for their families.
Fuck right off.
I will capture the remaining Phantom Thieves, no matter what. My apologies. I didn't mean to get so worked up.
I didn't mean to get so worked up. I just know they're gonna see this on their TVs, and they know that I know. They know.
No
That
wonder they
we
call
know.
you an ace detective of justice. What passion! How about we use this opportunity to poll the audience? Those who believe the detective of justice will annihilate the Phantom Thieves. Press your buttons now! My, everyone in the audience agrees.
I was like, what is this out of?
Looks like
It's
you can't
metric.
back
It doesn't
down
make
now.
sense.
Metric votes.
I will do the best I can. Oh, but I do have to study for my college entrance exams. I might not be able to promise that.
You definitely just did. You stood up and looked right at the camera and said it.
None of these people know that I was an undesirable child.
Oh, what? Okay, whoa, whoa.
I wanted people to rely on me. I wanted to be needed.
I knew we were gonna get some shit about you. I didn't think it was gonna be right here.
I devoted myself to my studies, acted as an honor student, and made my name as an ace detective. And thanks to the Nav app and the persona bestowed upon me by the gods, I managed to dispose of any who got in my way. Though it took me some time to finally do so. All that remains is to tell him.
Tell who? Because we know you already told Shido some things. You talking about Shido some more? You talking about somebody else? I feel like you're talking about somebody else. Because I feel like the game would have said Shido if you had mentioned Shido. This feels like you're talking about somebody else. And if you mean Igor, because I've been sus of that fucker, because of his whole distance thing in the weird jail cell area, that I'm gonna flip my fucking table.
But still, wasn't there?
He just fully dissociated live on TV for a while.
Took to apprehend him.
We've all been there.
I mean, fair.
I think if it were me, I would have collapsed from the shock.
True. It did make me feel somewhat dizzy. Just a little, though.
Interesting. I actually feel like that was very truthful.
Perhaps my mind was worked up due to the major task I had undertaken.
Hey, who is that? If you don't turn off your phone, the Phantom Thieves might change your heart.
A phone?
And laughter.
See? Even Akechi-kun's face is stiffened up.
Sorry about that.
It's just the
I'm not
Botox.
bothered. Just make sure to turn it off when you go to the movies.
Okay, anyways.
Anyway, so, like, insurance. I have a team of 10 analysts, and I know they each have their own experiences, expertise, and things that are just good at the, as projects come up, like, oh, I know this will be good for so-and-so, and this will be good, or I'll ask the groups, like, hey, who is most comfortable working on something like this? I'm envisioning all of these underwriters are on their, like, Slack channel or WebEx chat. They're like, hey, we got a live one for Lego. Anyone? Lego? Like, yeah, I've done this. But then, like, I imagine there's someone like, hey, Karen, there's someone looking to insure their Beanie Babies. You want to take that one? And Karen's, like, coming out of the shadows like, there's someone who still has Beanie Babies and they need me. They're like, no, Karen, no one has Beanie Babies. Go back to your corner.
Oh, rude. Farron, when you're talking about Brick World or Brick Lake, whatever, is that the one that's in Illinois? Or is that a different one? I want to know about that. I'm catching up on chat.
While you're catching up on chat,
Okay.
I have actually been in a position where I was on TV and the person next to me completely dissociated while on TV. And it was an interesting experience. I can't remember if I told this on a past stream, but when I was in high school in Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh had a regional high school trivia show that was on Saturday morning on a local TV station. And I was the team captain representing our high school in this TV trivia show. And it's a team of 3 from each high school.
Shit.
And, yeah.
I was like trying to hide and it just wasn't happening. Okay. This feels bad. Anyways, TV team captain.
So we're on TV. We are filming the show, the kind of like Jeopardy-esque, except it's the captain and 2 other students from the high school, and we're going up against 2 other high schools. And the one guy on our team, absolute genius, like straight A student, knows a lot of stuff, completely frozen the entire taping, like just could not utter a single word that entire time. So it was really 2 people from the team and just him like just mouth agape going
Oh no.
which You know what? Also does not look great on TV. Not gonna lie, when that episode came out, it's like, ooh, yeah, that wasn't great. But you know what? We did well. We did all right.
Hey, as long as you got there in the end.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Pathos remembers hometown high Q, and he did not find it.
Let's go,
Yeah,
Joker.
it's tough. It's really hard to find because I'm ancient.
Okay, well, this one's also locked.
It's locked.
Go back to a hidey spot. Thank
Maybe
you.
we can open it from behind.
Hello!
Hi.
Again,
Well,
like,
hello.
I'm glad it happens like that because I don't want to do these fucking fights, but also, that is so broken.
Well, hello there.
I would like to go somewhere else, please. Okay, I'm just gonna wait,
No.
I guess.
Well, no, Pathos, I knew you wouldn't have a hard time finding the name of the competition, but finding the video of me representing my high school, like finding that particular episode, I would dare say is near impossible to find nowadays. Yay, you escaped the room of death.
Uh-oh! They're fine, everything's fine, everything's super good, it's great. Okay, how am I doing on all my stuff? We're fine. I feel like there should be a safe room nearby, so we're gonna just... Okay, well, I'm gonna get this marked on the map,
It's
so...
locked.
There's so many doors I'm, like, mad that I'm going up to doing, but it's like, I know I need it done, so that way, when I get upset later about, like, where am I supposed to go, I know I've already gone certain places.
Yeah. Very random question. While you were at your convention, did you make any more progress with Tears of the Kingdom?
No, because I was like, I brought dice to finish while I was there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So yeah, so I got there around like 11 a.m. on Friday, and like the convention was already like underway. And I. No! Oh no! No! I was trying to get in the stupid vent!
Oh boy.
Oh god! I was trying to get in the vent! The controls are bad! Yes! Trying to flip. Oh, thank Jesus. That little dance! Oh my
Run away!
god! That was
You know-
so good.
You know, I have played this game 4 times. I have never seen that happen once.
There you go. Never seen
So,
the
thank
mouse
you.
get caught or seen a successful escape as a mouse.
Yes.
Ah! Go back in!
Well, what a day.
God. Yeah, so like I got there like around 11, event was already underway, got the table set up, worked it until about 7, went and had dinner with a friend that I had not seen in forever, did that. Another friend very kindly let me couch surf so that way I didn't have to do the drive back home every day, because it was like an hour away, so it's like doable but not great.
Yeah.
So went to the place I was staying. I say couch surf. They actually had like a nice like pull-out couch, so I actually got to like sleep on an actual like mattressy bit. And then yeah, it was like back at the show floor at like 8 on Saturday, and I was there because of like dinner with the other dice makers and all of that. I was there till about 11 at night. Went back, slept. Was back at the convention at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Packed up at 2, played one final game of Clock Tower, drove home. Where's the guy?
I think he disappeared.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna eat the cheese.
Eat some cheese.
Because I still haven't fully decided what I think that is. Yeah, I still don't know. Okay, that's fine.
Alright. So, I know one of these days it will be finished. There are some things I am itching from the inside out to discuss it with
Oh,
people.
I know.
And it is okay. I can be a very patient person when I choose to be. Oh, he's back. Hi.
Yeah, he's back now, because I did kind of leave and go to a different load zone. Okay, so I'm wondering if now... I could, like, get back around and turn the thing off and then come back into this room. I feel like that's what's happening here. That's what the intent is. Oh. Okay! I thought that was gonna be chill enough, and I guess not.
Haru's down.
That's fine. That's fine. Less fine. Uh-oh. Yes, Ryuji, do it. Ryuji saves the day! That's
He did
never... That's the only time that sentence has ever been said in the history of mankind.
He gets 1. He gets 1.
Okay. Let's resolve some stuff. Hoy, yoy, yoy. Okay, we're good.
All right. Flash, I'm going to need you to be more specific. Are you talking about mainline games, spin-offs, the originals? Do the dancing games count? Or just give me parameters, and I will give you opinions.
God.
So I know you're eventually Tears of the Kingdom will be finished. And I think you've mentioned this in Discord. I just don't recall. You're holding off until the full release of Hades 2?
No. So that was my original plan, and then I saw the dev come out and say that they plan on Hades being in early access till at least the end of the year, if not longer. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, if it was gonna be a couple months, maybe. But like a minimum 8 months? No, I'm not waiting for that.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, yeah. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we just gotta fucking finish this game.
Hey, you're almost there.
Am I? Am I really?
You are. Look at the calendar. You're almost at the end.
No, but like, I remember from Persona 4 we did a full year, and I think I got to this. I think this game started in March or April.
You're almost there, Jen.
No! Okay, we're here. God, I haven't found a safe room in a while, and I kind of, on the one hand, I feel like I fucked up, but on the other hand, I'm not really leaving Red behind while I'm doing all this, so.
You're doing fine.
Oh, I'm sensing something. That feels like you're sensing a safe room. Is it back this way? No. It's not. What did you mean you were sensing something, you fucking cat? Okay, maybe... Jesus. Or were you sensing the big, bad, glowy guy? Oh, you can come out. Okay. Well, that's great. That's great. I have to take a quick bio break.
Go for it.
I was going to try to make it to the end of the stream. It's not going to happen.
No, go for it. This will be the perfect opportunity for me to rank the Persona games, and you don't need to be on screen to make contorted faces as There we go. I love the distance. Okay, so of the mainline games, and none of their spin-offs, I'm going to try to rank them in terms of, like, story, mechanics, character, like the whole shebang. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, Persona 3 is above this for story, but mechanically, and I'm not going to do that. This is my personal rankings from worst to best. I would say Persona 1, very bottom of the list. Then I would do, Persona 1. I would do, after that, then Innocent Sin, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, and then, what was the other one? The sequel to Persona 2. Man, I am totally blanking, and I need to turn in my Persona card. I'm completely blanking on this.
The sequel to Persona 2 is not Persona 3. What?
No, Persona 2 is split into 2 games. The first one is Innocent Sin. Oh, and Eternal Punishment. That's the part 2. So I would put part 2 above part 1 because part 2 actually has you playing in an adult cast, which is very interesting, and they did some very interesting things. Yeah, Eternal Punishment. Then I would put I would honestly put Persona 5 third, then Persona 3, and then I put Persona 4 at the top. I would put Persona 3 Reload has pushed it above Persona 5 Royal. They did that good of a job with the remake. They've tightened a lot of things up. And I think it's just a much better experience, a better story. Like yeah. And a really well-told story. Like, I played Persona 3 Fest when it came out in 2007, so that was my junior year of college, and I played it on my roommate's PlayStation. And like the story just didn't really hit me then because I was a college kid, but playing it now as an adult who has experienced much of the world, it is a really good story, and it has a really powerful message, and they do a really good job delivering it. Whereas like Persona 5, like if I hear the word, "Oh man, these shitty adults," one more time, like there's no subtlety with Persona 5 and its messaging. Persona 3 has subtlety, and that's really funny juxtaposed against the way that you summon Persona in Persona 3, that there is something subtle in that game if you look past the summoning mechanic. But Persona 4 will always be on top. I love that game. I love the setting, the characters, some of the messaging in there. And Jen got a Monkey King.
He did. I've collected a number of Persona on this boat. Okay. Level 64, shit! Am I level 64? I didn't think I was that high.
Apparently.
Okay. Whoopsies, I hit things on my headset. Now I can't hear things. Alright, we're good now. You're... probably... who... oh, I'm gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
I got you, so I've got you in my compendium. That's
you're registered in the Persona Dex, and
okay.
Professor Igor wants you to come in and make sure that you're leveling all of your Persona.
Okay, how's everybody doing? Everybody's fine. We're okay. We're gonna just make this easy. Sure. Why? What is the point of this room? There's a vent. Oh, so I need to hit the switch so I can be a mouse so I can get into this bit that I can't see. God damn it. Where was... oh, my fucking back. I hate this! This is bad. Okay.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, this should be the last mouse section of the palace.
Thank fucking Christ. Okay.
I spotted a strong one.
Oopsies, I made a mistake. Biggest mistakes. We're at 90%. I need to...
oh, you might get booted.
I feel like after the last time this happened, I went and found an item that would reduce the security level. I need to remember what that is called, because I'm so sure I have one in my inventory.
How's this?
Uh-oh. It showed an X, and I was too busy just being committed to the buttons I had hit. Do I actually know what's your... no, I don't. Okay.
You know Psychic, not good. Which I think is very unfair, because, you know, by Pokemon rules, this is clearly a fighting type, and Psychic should do a ton of damage to it. I mean, I've taken my Kadabra into the dojo and like got my Hitmonlee really easily because I have a Kadabra. That's a Pokemon Red and Blue joke.
There was like so many layers to that. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's go.
How's my health? Sure.
You're mine.
Ooh, Joker.
Unicorn spears him.
Yeah, so this level is gray, which means I can't get it. So how did I get the one that was 64?
I don't know. Maybe you're just special. Maybe you broke the game. Maybe you legit broke the game.
I am legit wondering how that happened. But anyways, I don't think I've got anything else on my list of things.
Be careful.
Do you want to talk about D&D?
Yeah, we can talk about D&D. I mean, do you want to talk about D&D?
I'd love to talk about D. Oh, you know, I have one more really quick story. Then we can talk about D&D. Jamf and I went out to lunch over the weekend to a nearby restaurant we hadn't been to in a while because their food is not kid friendly. So we were able to get away, and I ordered. This place has really good coffee, and bye Haru. And I wanted to get a latte because, you know, I've been trying to perfect my latte art, and they have very good art here. And it came, I couldn't wait to see what they would do. And our server comes out with a cup of black coffee and creamer and puts it down in front of me. And I kind of look at her, look down at it, and look back at her. She goes, "You didn't order a coffee, did you? You got a latte." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And she's like, no, I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. And runs back. For a second, I'm thinking, like, she's like, "Here, make your own latte, kid."
Oh, come on.
Persona!
Don't rush it.
Okay, where are we?
Don't do anything reckless.
Fucking Christ.
Persona!
Well, I don't know. Your meat, sure.
You're mine.
Oh, good.
Nice, Frozen.
To attack. The opponent is strong.
Yeah, we don't want to use that. Yeah, just beat the shit out of him.
You sure showed me.
Goodbye.
Yeah, D&D. We played in your campaign last night, Jen.
That you did.
We had a lot of. I hesitate to call them dreams, but for the purposes of this conversation and for chat, we were in some very real dreams.
I don't know why you would think they weren't dreams.
Because elves can't dream mechanically. It even says in the dream spell, an elf cannot be targeted with this spell because it won't work.
I feel like... Here's my philosophy on elves. And don't necessarily let this, like, color your interpretation of what happened during the session. My philosophy on elves is that normally, like, all they need is a trance. And because that's all they need, you can't force them to sleep. You can't force the dream spell. I do think that, like, as maybe even more of just a flavor thing than anything, I think there is a point of just, like, being tired, like, being exhausted, not the mechanical level of kind of exhaustion, but just, like, where you're the kind of tired of yourself where it's like, I feel like elves can sleep. They just don't need to, so they don't typically choose to. But I feel like there can be a point where you're like, I am emotionally so drained from this, I am gonna actually sleep.
Yeah. Which is where Emil is right now. He literally has a point of exhaustion.
Yes, that is true. Okay. Fully restores.
But yeah, no, I absolutely, again, so we'll interpret it in many different ways.
Okay.
For the ability to communicate to
No!
chat.
No! That's not fair! That's not fair!
Oh my god.
Ooh.
That's fine, she was at 1 HP because we just finished another fight where she was unconscious.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
That's some fucking bullshit. Alright, continue your...
Don't worry, this guy's praying for you at least.
We need retribution.
Yes, we need retribution.
Yeah. So for the purposes of chat, we will call it a dream. Ooh.
Okay,
that did a lot of damage. Yeah, that was pretty good. But no, it was really cool, you know, the way...
Oh no. Oh, we're good.
Skull, are you okay? Keep an eye on your health.
I feel like I can't tell, like, I'm really invested in this
It's
fight
fine.
now,
It's gonna end right here. It's good.
Good work, Queen.
Leave it to Gwen.
No! Why? I hit it! Why is this?
Joker, no! Answer me!
James, does this restart me in the fight, or does this send me back to my last save point?
I think you have the option of going to your last save point, the fight. It should give you a few options.
So, the game is
Shut up, not Igor!
what a truly fool.
I hate you! Oh my god. That room was bullshit. The first fight I got into, I hit the dude. And it dropped 2 fights on me. And then when we came back, there was just another dude already there again. It just spawned one in immediately. That was some bullshit. It has been such a long time since we've found a safe room. I'm furious. That's so far back. That's so far back.
Let's do it.
Oh god, no, I didn't want to be here. That's fine. Let's see. 70. An hour. Literally an hour. We just lost an hour.
Ready?
Oh my god. This is before the TV studio. This is before TV studio guy. This is before that.
Should we just call it here?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna redo
Okay.
a whole other hour.
All right.
Did I somehow miss another save room, or did it intend for me to go back to this one before I continued on? What the fuck? All right, we're good. This is so fine. This is so fine. It's good. It's good. Griff is leaving the room. No, Griff, come here. I need snuggles. Come here. Come back.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us on our last Persona 5 stream. We're gonna be playing other games forever. Thanks for sticking with us. We've appreciated it.
I have a
I
Griff.
love you all. Good night.
I have a Griff now. Okay. Well then. Thank you. Thank you for kisses. God, your breath is so bad. Mwah. He looks grumpy. He always looks grumpy because of his hair. He did also just like wake up. I think me yelling woke him up, and he was like, if you're gonna be like this, I'm gonna go to the other room. Mwah. Yeah. Is it bedtime? Are we gonna go have snuggles? Yeah. It's okay. Anyways, thanks for being here, everybody. I don't know if I'm gonna redo all of that off stream, if I've got time, or if just the beginning of the next stream is me just speed running all of that shit up till now. I don't know. I'll ponder that at a later time. But this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, Wartburg's Cure for Crohn's annual thing is happening. I'm a part of it. Jaggie's part of it. Rick's part of it. Crofteria's part of it. Is a whole bunch of stuff is happening. My slot will be over here from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I still haven't picked what I'm gonna play yet. I'm kind of thinking we might play Escapists. I feel like Jailbreaks for Charity makes sense. So, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. If you guys have strong opinions, let me know. We're not fucking playing this. That's for fucking sure. But it's always a grand old time. We always have a lot of fun. Warburg's got a bunch of beautiful wood-burn pieces up for raffle again. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to participate in it again. Persona Dance Revolution. I don't have that, and I do not plan on acquiring it. I haven't played Crypt of the Necrodancer in a very long time. I actually don't think I still have my dance pad. I think I did have to get rid of it when we did the move here from Michigan. But who knows? We'll come up with something. We'll come up with something. Mwah! Yeah, we're such a sleepy puppy. But yeah, I'll be back on Saturday with something. I was gonna say less infuriating. Just not this kind of thing. Not like this. Not like this. But we'll be back for that, and then yeah, we'll be back here next Wednesday for either this exact point, or maybe I'll catch back up to where I just was. I don't know. I can't think about it right now, or I'll get sad. I'm gonna go eat a donut, and then go to bed. So everybody get some sleep, drink some water, think about eating a vegetable, definitely eat a donut. As long as it's not chocolate if you're Joe. And I guess I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye!
Bye!